Hello, good morning and welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra and Kumasi. We are on Love 99.5 FM in all 16 regions of Ghana via our partner stations. We are also live on myjoyonline.com, on X Spaces and on YouTube. Coming up, fresh casualty in Lasia Kendio conflict as stray bullet leaves young man injured. MP for the area demands ceasefire and probe. Also, former Deputy Attorney General who helped prosecute Sedina Tamakloe surprised by a Court of Appeal's decision to overturn her 10-year jail term, describing the ruling as strange.
The decision of the Court of Appeal to set her free on the grounds that the evidential burden was not met is rather strange.
More as a former NDC Legal Affairs Director says critics should prove the court wrong with facts and not politics in business.
In business, fuel prices to increase significantly at the pumps beginning tomorrow. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And Tepa Senior High School books Ashanti Region's latest NSMK qualification slots at the expense of Agogo State College and Mansuman SHS.
To expect something big from Tepa Senior High School.
The Egyptians, we are back.
The Joy News Democracy is Not for Sale program is tonight, and we'll tell you all about it in this bulletin. Also, Corporate Ghana returns to the field as the 2026 Joy Sports Invitational promises its biggest edition yet. I am Hannah Odami. I bring you details of these headlines and more in this bulletin. We start from the Upper West region, where a man was set out for a routine mobile money transaction. Well, a moment later, he was being rushed to the hospital as a stray bullet shattered the leg of Babule Wahaidu, making him the latest victim of the protracted Lasia Kendu conflict in the district. As tensions continues to rise, the Member of Parliament there, Peter Tobu, is calling for an immediate ceasefire and a swift, impartial investigation by state agencies. Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
His name is Babule Wahidu. He is 24. On Tuesday, he was standing at a mobile money point in Wochao. When the running started, the gunshots. The man who treated him is the acting medical director and a trauma surgeon at the Upper West Region Hospital, Dr. Philip K.K. Babine.
He alleged that he was at a mobile money vendor to do a cash out. While he was there, he saw people running, and then he turned also to run. Then, before he could say jack, a bullet entered his leg.
Dr. Babine says the bullet tore through the sides of Babule's right thigh. Luckily, the bone was intact.
When he arrived, he was hemodynamically stable. So we received him, resuscitation, and prepared him for theater.
While the former Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuah says he's baffled by the Court of Appeal's decision to overturn the conviction of former Maslok CEO Sedina Tamakloe, describing the ruling as strange. He spoke more on Top Story last night.
I knew that she had the right to appeal, but I never had in mind that the Court of Appeal was going to set her free on the grounds that I've seen in the judgment that they delivered today. And so I'm surprised. The evidence on record, I can say without any equivocation, is so solid that the decision of the Court of Appeal to set her free on the grounds that the evidential burden was not met is rather strange.
Meanwhile, former NDC Director of Legal Affairs Abraham Amaliba has challenged critics of the Court of Appeal's decision to acquit Sedina Tamakloe. They should context the ruling with facts and not politics.
The law is not about emotions. It's not about what you think. It's not about how you feel. The law is what it is. Does Ationu have the right to appeal against a conviction? The answer is yes. When she went to court, was her discharge and acquittal based on merit? Now I expect people who are against the ruling of the Court of Appeal to focus on these items.
The Narcotics Control Commission is calling for mandatory drug testing for students seeking admission to universities as well as persons preparing for national service as part of efforts to curb substance abuse among young people. The proposal comes amid growing concerns over substance abuse on tertiary campuses. This comes after a joint news series titled Drug Doses 2. Let's hear from the Deputy Director General of NACOC, Chum Berima.
Various universities, private, public, within the country, should share with us or agree with us that we should be testing.
When we are admitted, we do the medical.
Thank you.
And
as part of that,
you should do it.
So as part of that graduation, entry requirement that you'll be entering uni with some medical background. Part of that medical background should be your drug test.
Okay.
So that now we can know those who are coming in on high level of drugs or those who are not coming in on drugs.
Meanwhile, the National Union of Ghana Students NUCS has rejected this proposal to deny students admission to drug use. Rashid Ibrahim is the president of NUCS.
The National Union of Ghana Students will actually support that call. If in case they need any support, we are willing to help, because the use of illicit drug in our institutions is becoming dangerous, and it is a time that we take the right action to actually stop it. So that the issue is that the idea that maybe someone would actually be found he being in the use of drugs should actually be prevented from going to school. We don't actually subscribe to that. There must be an avenue that the person you will use to reform such a person.
After 21 fiercely contested battles, the Ashanti Regional qualifiers have come to an end, with Tepa Senior High School securing the final ticket to the 2026 National Science and Maths Quiz. Here is a wrap of the competition, which produced several unforgettable moments.
21 contests, unexpected twists and unforgettable moments. For some schools, it was the joy of ending years of waiting for a return to the national stage.
To the Almighty God, very grateful. We have suffered, we have toiled. Today, we mark.
For others, the dream ended in disappointment.
We thought that for the second contest, we are going to make it through, but it couldn't happen.
There were stunning upsets, dramatic comebacks, and victories decided by the final points. Tepa SHS sealed the final spot, capping a thrilling regional race.
To expect something big from Tepa Senior High School.
The Egyptians, we are back.
The successful schools now join the 27 seeded schools and other regional qualifiers for the national championship, facing an even tougher test against established contenders, including Presec Legon, Prempeh College, and Infantipim School in the quest for the 2026 NSMQ title.
The Volta Region's edition of the Joy News Democracy is Not for Sale comes off tonight in Ho in the Volta region. The series is a national campaign aimed at curbing money, influence and vote buying in Ghanaian politics. Researcher here at Joy News, Anthony Menu, shares the data they have collected so far to aid the conversation.
Some of the young people here are saying that in as much as there is money being involved in our elections, they are saying that yes, they will accept whatever a politician actually gives them, but to actually vote for this particular person is actually going to be a challenge. This is actually opposing what people in the age group above 26 are actually saying. They are saying that money actually will determine who actually wins elections here in the Volta region. We've had engagement with over 200 voters and then had response from 100 of them.
The 2026 Joy Sports Invitational Tournament will take place on Saturday, the 29th of August, at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon. Building on the success of last year's event, the tournament will once again bring together corporate organizations from across the country for a day of sports, networking, and team building. General Manager of Sales and Customer Service here at the Multimedia Group, David Masfuga, says this year's edition will be the biggest yet.
We are expecting over 60 companies to register for various disciplines, and I can assure all will be participants that it will be better than last year. It will be fun, it will be exciting. We are creating various products that will bring CEOs together to network and to develop business links and relationships. So all roads lead to the University of Ghana Stadium come 29th of August. That's a Saturday. We'll be there from morning to evening, participate in various disciplines. The winners, we can assure you, will have fantastic prizes.
So companies interested in participating can register by contacting Sliving on 024-237-6445 or through WhatsApp as well. Registration forms are available here at Joy FM Phone Desk and also on myjoyonline.com. On that note, we end the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Thanks for choosing Joy News. We are independent, fearless, and credible. There's more on myjoyonline.com. The Super Morning Show continues.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
Hey, who dey brush? We dey brush them. Hey, who dey brush? We dey brush them. Hey, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth every day and night. Slide the gems and tackle them. Brush the gems away. England gems, we go brush them. Go Asia gems, we go brush them. Panama gems, we go brush them. We go.
Whatever the germs, brush them away with the new Pepsodent, now in limited edition World Cup packs. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release bam on the pack.
Yes, so the support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy to help them win at school.
Ah, then I like this one.
Your jams need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Remember shit that your mama made for home jollof and watch it. Hey, back to school with Kenke. Hey, it's here, come chop today. Didi shit to home make taste. 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 Onion, ginger, garlic blend, flavor yeah there. Pepper, shrimp, and fish inside. If you're no preservative, just herbs and spice. Natural we taste, spicy we eat. Didi shit to home taste. Corner, chewy taste. Mad your choice to make. Spicy taste like mama made. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
Day, Cowbank just credited my account with 5,000 Ghana cedis. Wait, how? You know the Cowbank Abakade promo? I deposited 500 Ghana cedis and they picked me as the winner this month. Just like that? Just like that. And the big one for the grand finale, one person stands a chance of winning 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Huh, I need to move money into my Cowbank account right now.
Cowbank Abakade promo, fully active. Deposit 500 Ghana cedis or more into your Cowbank account and stand a chance of winning 5,000 Ghana cedis every month or 100,000 Ghana cedis in the grand draw. The more you deposit, the better your chances of winning. Promo runs from 1st August to 31st October. Cowbank, forward together. Terms and conditions apply. This campaign is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Cowbank, forward together.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and special thanks to Hannah Odame for bringing us the news at 6, which is brought to you by Total Energies. Total will go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. The man wasn't here yesterday, but he's here this morning. Good morning, sir.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Today's
I'm excited.
the last day of July.
And it's a Friday. And most people have also received their salaries. Into the same.
Just so the fuel prices are going up tomorrow. So
fuel prices are going up tomorrow?
Yes.
Diesel is going to go up again from 17 to what? We will die.
So while you are chilling, just remember that you have to pay more for fuel.
Fuel prices are going up again.
Yeah.
You know, diesel is one of the most important fuels we use. Mm-hmm. And with the northern planting season starting, tractors, machinery will use diesel. If fuel prices are going up, it means food production costs are also going to go up.
Exactly.
And I honestly, I think we need to have a national conversation again about strategic stocks and how we can insulate Ghana a little bit from the global happenings, because Trump cannot wake up and do something, or Iran or somebody wakes up to do something. Then all of a sudden we have to change our plans for the quarter.
Charlie,
it's not okay. Our producer says we'll do it next week. We need to have this conversation again. Because I remember a time when diesel went to about 20 Ghana cedis, and that day I nearly got a heart attack. I parked my car, I bought fuel, the regular amount I had budgeted and was consistently buying, and the thing didn't get to a quarter tank.
You know how this derails your budget, right?
Yeah.
Everything you've planned for, now you have to make adjustments.
Mr. President, we don't like this fuel thing. We don't like it. Anyway, it's 6:19, and coming up is a Joy Business Report, which is brought to you by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. And who is getting the trumpet today? Well, not NPA, not the Energy Ministry, not the fuel people.
Of course
don't
not.
go there.
Of course not. This morning, I think we should shout out our listeners in Hope because of the Democracy Not for Sale program that is happening tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I know most of you are tuned in, so yeah, we love you.
So big shouts to all our listeners in Hope.
Looking forward to the program tonight. Trumpets. And coming up this morning on the Joy Business Report, fuel prices set to increase significantly at the pumps from tomorrow. Also, government still optimistic of meeting end-of-year revenue target despite mobilization challenges in the first half of 2026. Also, poor roads threaten tourism investment at Lake Busumtree in the Ashanti region as investors consider exit. We'll hear more in our Business Journal. Stay with us. And thanks for joining us, everyone. Hello to our friends from Koforidua listening on KT Radio. Fuel prices are set to increase significantly at the pumps from tomorrow due to the rise in crude oil prices and pressure on the city. More in the following business desk report.
Based on data secured from the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, petrol could go up by more than 7%, resulting in a litre being sold at 15 Ghana cedis, 23 pesos. Diesel will witness one of its biggest increase in recent times, and it is projected to go up by 12.5%, resulting in a litre going for 17 Ghana cedis, 45 pesos. However, based on our engagement with some of the oil marketing companies, there are strong indications that some of them might be quoting far higher than what has been projected. If all the oil marketing companies should go up by Monday, then that could strengthen the hands of the transport operators to push for an increase in fares in the coming days.
Government has insisted it will meet its end-of-year revenue target despite mobilization challenges for the first half. The 2026 media budget review showed that government missed out on its half-year target by 1.5 billion cedis. Dr. Theo Champong is technical advisor to the finance minister. He spoke on PM Express Business Edition.
If you look at the numbers, the non-tax to GDP is gone up close to 13.9, about 14%, right? And it could even go up a little better. We were starting from a base of 11 point something percent. So these tax reform efforts for all the issues that people have actually is delivering on the results in terms of increasing our non-tax to GDP ratio. And then on top of that, you have to make sure that the monies you collect, you spend them well. Hence why you have, for example, the commitment authorization. Hence why you also legislated these two fiscal anchors, the primary surplus and then the debt to GDP ratios, all to really force us to live within our means. The minister will say fiscal discipline. It has come to stay.
Meanwhile, Deloitte Ghana says the 2026 media budget review presents an economy that has made remarkable progress in a relatively short period. Here's more in this report.
According to the professional services firm, growth is strong, inflation is under control, debt servicing pressures have eased, and fiscal discipline appears to be holding. However, it warned that the next phase of economic management will pose different set of questions. Deloitte said the challenge is in preserving fiscal discipline as Ghana transitions from an International Monetary Fund financing program to a policy monitoring framework, while also resisting the fiscal pressures that often accompany electoral cycles. It argued that the overall success would depend on maintaining fiscal discipline, deepening revenue administration reforms, addressing energy sector liabilities, and building buffers against future shocks. It pointed out that if these priorities are pursued consistently, Ghana will be better positioned to avoid the return to the debt difficulties of the recent past and to place the economy on a more sustainable growth path.
You are listening to the Joy Business Report. Now, Ghana's pension assets have exceeded 100 billion Ghana cedis, highlighting the growing importance of the pensions industry in supporting the country's financial stability and long-term economic development. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. John Sinisiama, disclosed that pension assets grew by 26.3% in 1 year, rising from 86.23 billion Ghana cedis in 2024 to more than 100 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. He spoke at the annual conference of the Africa Pension Supervisors Association in Accra.
Across Africa, pension asset under management is estimated to exceed 420 billion US dollars. And in Ghana, the 2025 Financial Stability Review that is published by the Financial Stability Council, it reported that pension assets grew by 26.3% in 1 year.
You heard Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. John Sinisiama. Now, government is implementing reforms in Ghana's upstream petroleum sector to boost investor confidence and attract more oil and gas investments. Speaking at the Africa Business Conversation organized by ABN David Africa, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Richard Jan Mensah, said the Upstream Reform Committee has been established to review the country's fiscal and regulatory framework and make Ghana more competitive for investors. Take a listen.
A number of global energy companies have expressed renewed interest in Ghana and are eager
to participate in the next phase of our upstream development. Ghana is also strengthening its border energy value chain. The revitalized Tema Oil refinery is producing approximately 28,000 barrels per day. Gas processing capacity at the OCTP has increased, and Cabinet has approved a second gas processing plant to support future industrial growth. These initiatives demonstrate that we are not simply promoting exploration, but we are building a modern, competitive, and integrated energy sector that supports long-term investment and economic transformation. The government is actively competing for global capital and is implementing the reforms necessary to ensure that Ghana remains one of Africa's most attractive upstream investment destinations. Ghana is also open for business. Ghana is undertaking the necessary reforms, and Ghana is ready for the next generation of upstream investments.
You had Deputy Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Richard Jamansa, speaking at the Africa Business Conversation organized by AB and David Africa. Now, some investors around West Africa's largest natural lake, the Lake Bosomtwi in the Ashanti region, have hinted at plans to move out of the tourism enclave due to dwindling returns on investment. The investors, including eateries and relaxation facilities, say the poor state of the roads leading to the site are deterring many tourists from catching a view of the water body and the bright dark skies in the cozy and breezy environment. This is impacting sales, with many investors planning to sell already developed facilities. Emmanuel Bright Kweko reports in our business journal today.
Nestled within the lush forest belt of the Ashanti region lies the enchanted Lake Bosomtwi, the country's only natural lake and one of West Africa's most culturally revered landscapes. For the indigenous Ashanti people, Lake Bosomtwi is deeply sacred.
The small goats, our language in Twi, we call it bosom, and antelope, our language in Twi, we call it ochin. So we combine it together, bosom. Okay. We discovered it in 1640. Okay. There are true rainwater, and the water become unspongy from underneath. So Bosomtwi is a natural lake.
Beyond its spiritual and historical significance, Lake Bosomtwi has evolved into one of Ghana's most attractive ecotourism destinations. The serene water and biodiversity-rich environments provide opportunity for hiking, bird watching, canoe rides, and cultural immersion.
It's really pretty and it's a really nice experience to have while we're here.
Tourism stakeholders consider Lake Bosomtwi a key driver of sustainable development within the Ashanti region. Along the lake, many resorts and hotels continue to spring up.
Discouraged. I mean, definitely discouraged, but you don't give up. I hear a lot of people trying to say, why don't you just sell and then cut your losses, you know.
They wanted you to sell?
Yes, people want to sell theirs, and I would like to sell mine too.
With increasing attention for responsible tourism, conservation efforts are being prioritized to protect the lake's fragile ecosystem while preserving its cultural sanctity. But same can't be said of the roads leading to the lake. So at the Lake Bosomtwi, a lot of things happen here. Well, it's an exciting place, but unfortunately, the roads that lead to this particular tourist and historic attraction in the Ashanti region is deplorable, dusty, and in fact, deterring a lot of people not to come to this place.
Yes, I need to swallow now. Now, na man for baleki pa ama kuro manso enyamfa so sisi ano omoye so omoye kwa na omanye no isi am nya problem lake wo pa aman for ma.
I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the Lake Bosomtwi road is probably one of the worst roads in Ghana.
Lake Bosomtwi remains a rare fusion of science, spirituality and socio-economic value. A reminder that Ghana's natural landmarks are not merely attractions but living archives of identity. For many, the lake is more than a body of water. It is a sacred mirror reflecting the past, present, and future of a people deeply rooted in tradition, yet open to the promise of global tourism. My name is Emmanuel. That's great.
All right, and before we go a look at the markets for you this morning. This morning on the commodity market, crude oil going for $87 a barrel. Gold lost $22, open trading at $4,080 an ounce. Cocoa selling at $5,112 a ton after losing more than $70. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 78 pesos. That's what major commercial banks are offering their clients. The euro going for 13 cedis 42 pesos. The British pound 15 cedis 67 pesos. The forex bureau is quoting the dollar at 12 cedis 30 pesos. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo and the team. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you, Daryl, for bringing us Joy Business Reports. We're going to get into the inspirational song for the morning, and then we'll bring you the newspaper review. You're going to enjoy your weekend, right? Or you're going to Ho right now?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'll be here in Accra monitoring events at Ho tonight.
Great. This is Team Eternity Ghana with Defe Defe. It's been a while since we heard this song.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's enjoy this. This is Team Eternity Ghana with a song Defe Defe. led by Nana Esiedu, bringing us to 6:35. Joy is still here, and big man.
Small man. You look at my face.
Oh,
you call me a big man.
You are small in face but big in bones. Have you heard that expression before? Don't mind the body, mind the engine. Because Auntie,
yeah, money. Charlie, Labadi Beach for me bozo. And no breakfast na me di.
And one
what?
Everlast breakfast.
Omonya repeater na.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Friday.
I mean, today is the day for it.
Today is Friday.
Today is the day for it.
Brahima.
Listen, Labadi Beach Hotel, thank you so much. Yesterday, you guys, you teed your enim. But today is another day. Today is another day. I mean, show us that it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a one-hit wonder. That this is just what you do. What you're saying. This is just how you roll.
And as we enter the sustainability, man, show sustainability in breakfast.
Precisely.
Let it flow.
Let it continue.
Brad George and the people at Labadi Beach Hotel. Moye champion.
Guys.
David Charlie, Moye champion. She said, "Me call heaven Jamwa. I reserve a place in heaven for you to come and build a Labadi in heaven." Some here, Joseph, make catch everybody, Jesus.
Beachfront property.
And I will will it to you forever.
Beachfront property.
Anyway, thank you so much. It's 6:36. It's time for the newspaper review. If you just joined in, this is the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I'm here with Kojo Yankson and Kweku Asante. Today is a Friday, last day of the month, and we have a lot to discuss this morning. Court. Senior high schools, BEC results are in. People want to know how they can check their results. We'll share that with you this morning. We also are going to discuss the fraud and the scam issue here on the Super Morning Show. Plus your messages. If you have anything on your heart, just send to us. We'll follow up for you.
Don't forget the constitutional review process.
Yes.
Borne some fruit, as the Attorney General now tells us which of the recommendations the government is willing to work with.
If the recommendations are accepted, Kweku Asante can run for president. He doesn't need to be 40 before he runs for president. Kweku, I'll vote for you. We're a champion.
I'll vote no against the referendum to some of the proposals. I'll vote no.
Okay. For instance, we'll get the details later, Kweku. But now let's take the field for the morning. Before opening or closing the website each day, check that ignition sources are controlled and unnecessary power points are not left active. End of day and start of day discipline help prevent overnight incidents. And this is a message from Comac. That brings us to
Say It Right. And it's brought to us this and every morning by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, as well as Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either. I say either.
English really is an amazing language, isn't it? I've been saying it for years. Take the word off, for example. It can actually be applied to two meanings that are completely opposite each other. Let me explain. When I say set off, it means to activate. But when I say switch off, it means to deactivate. See? Words like that are called contronyms, words that can be their own antonyms or opposites, depending on how you use them, of course. Another example is dust, which can either mean to add particles to or to remove fine particles from a surface. Here's another great example. Left, which can mean both remaining and departed. Here's one more. Oversight. It means to take watchful care and also to make a careless error. See? Another real contronym is screen. It can mean to show as well as to hide. Wow, we're on a roll, aren't we? Okay, one more. Sanction. It can either mean a penalty for disobeying a law or official permission or approval for an action. Sanction. Wow. See, I told you English is interesting, didn't I? Especially when you say it right.
Say say it right. Brought to you by Kingdom Books and Stationery and SG Bank. Now, the Kingdom Books back to school promotion is here with us again. And from the 1st of August to September 30, you get 15% discount on all school items, including pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and more, across all our branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Parents, teachers, and students, please hurry while stock lasts. And you can call them on 0302 764 101. You can shop online, kingdomstoreonline.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Remember that terms and conditions apply. And if you run an SME, the SME loans promo by Societe Generale Bank Ghana is still running. It's between now and September. And the promo gives you access to a lot of things. They have the finance lease solution for you, the Boafo loan for you, the factoring and invoice discounting solutions for you. So whatever your business goals are, talk to Societe Generale Ghana now. They have the expertise and solutions to help you achieve them. Visit their website, societegeneralegana.com.gh, or any of their branches, or call 0302 214 314. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you. Time for newspaper review.
Yeah, brought to us by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough Kel charcoal toothpaste, happy smile, and of course Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Let's start with the Ghanaian Point newspaper. It says Tamakloe's Acquittal is a travesty of justice. Free wound to me. That is NPP speaking. And then the government-backed proposal to extend presidential and parliamentary terms to 5 years. Anti-LGBTQ bill to be passed today before recess. That is the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagben, assuring the Chief Imam. And then the VIP calls for urgent pensions reforms to guarantee dignified retirement for African workers. ECG records 2.5 billion loss, unable to pay dividend for 2025.
I have the news center, and before I bring that, let me give you a today in history. Because earlier I was discussing with Daryl the fuel price increases, right? Around this time in 2018, the government then told us that $200 million had been allocated for a fast train service construction between Accra and Sawam and Accra and Tema. I'm just sharing this because if you had a fast train service, maybe you won't have to worry about diesel prices going up and cost on transportation. 2018, $200 million. Fast train between Accra, Tema, Accra and Sawam. We are in 2026. We've not seen anyway. The news center this morning.
It's a slow cooking fast train. Oh, politicians.
Could you let me give you the news center? Government makes mockery of CRC reports. Rejects major reforms aimed at creating stronger safeguards against political interference. This story has a photo of Dr. Dominic Ayine, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Government backs power grab constitutional reforms, and Sedina's Acquittal, a travesty of justice. This is the NPP speaking. GBC paid 57,000 euros for undelivered African Games training, and Star Oil collects 1.81 billion Ghana cedis in fuel taxes in 6 months for the government.
The Inquisitor newspaper dealing with corruption. SC clears OSP's power to prosecute and play back how Canada-based Ghanaian minors were awarded scholarships in 2025. Over 6,000 security services applicants tested positive for hard drugs. That is NACOC, and that big conversation was on the Super Morning Show yesterday.
If you go to the BNFT, trade surplus triples to 148 billion Ghana cedis on gold export boom. Total trade reached 654.7 billion Ghana cedis. Economy insulated but exposed to gold price swings. Fitch sees inflation accelerating to 8.8% by year end.
Oh, really?
Yes. Fitch says inflation could move to 8.8% by year end.
Okay. We'd still be within our targets, but the finance minister expects better than that, though.
Yeah. And on mobile money, 4.1 trillion transactions fuel MTN Momo's digital push. And as we talk about fraud this morning, it's something we'll be explaining to you, and we'll be giving you ideas as to how to prevent and fight fraud. Now, Company Secretary Summit establishes new platform for governance continuity. Those are the stories, and Just One Group invests in the future. BNFT. Kwaku. You don't have any other newspaper for us?
Nope. All right, let's go online.
Go online.
The online review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest.
MyJoyOnline.com. Fuel prices set for a sharp rise from August 1 as crude oil surge, CD weakness bite, and Archbishop of Canterbury committed to £100 million slavery fund while on Cape Coast Castle tour. Government announces week-long national tribute to departed 8 of helicopter crash, and Ghana's cocoa season expected to fall 16% next season. Finally, Felix Kwacho Fosu rejects claims government's influence, Sedina Tamakloe at Tunis Acquittal.
Now, if you, Zenith Bank says stay alert, shine your eye when someone calls claiming to be from Zenith Bank. Fraudsters can sound professional, confident, and convincing. They may ask you to confirm your account details to help resolve a supposed problem or secure your account. Remember, Zenith Bank will never ask for your PIN, password, or OTP over the telephone, email, or via any channel. If a caller asks for this information, do not share it. End the call immediately and contact Zenith Bank direct on 0542 000 111. Shine your eyes, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. This is a message from Zenith Bank in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks. And if you go to citynewsroom.com this morning, Ghana's cocoa production expected to fall 16% next season. Hey, cocoa has been suffering over the past 5-6 years. Expected to fall 16% next season. Ghana spent, could you listen to this, 36 billion Ghana cedis importing chicken, rice, and sugar in 2025. 36 billion Ghana cedis importing chicken, rice, and sugar in 2025. Macroeconomic stability alone is not economic transformation. This is Professor Boateng speaking, and government announces activities to mark first anniversary of 2025 helicopter crash. Kuku, let's get some of the details. Sedina is on all the newspaper
Yes,
front pages.
the big issue in the Daily Guide is Court of Appeals free Sedina Tamakloe, page 3 in the Daily Guide. The nation was divided yesterday when a Court of Appeal acquitted and discharged former Chief Executive Officer of Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Sedina Tamakloe Atieno, setting aside a 10-year jail term handed her for stealing and causing 93 million CD loss to the state. The court, in its 94-page judgment on an appeal filed by the ex-John Mahama appointee, held that the prosecution failed to lay sufficient evidence in proving the charges leveled against her. And the court, without further mention words, criticized their colleague judge, Justice Ifya Sewa Saribotri, then a High Court judge, for the way she handled the case, stating that she shifted the burden of proof onto the accused rather than the prosecution of the law as the law demands. And I mean, I've read it, 94 pages. I read every word in there yesterday. And prior to that, the emotions were high in town. If you went on Twitter, you could literally touch the emotions. And then you read the judgment, then you realize that, listen, the Court of Appeal really had something to say. And I know you have something on pretty shortly to break it down. But you really find from the judgment that either the charge sheet was defective, a lot of the charges were struck out, or the judge was putting the burden of proving essential elements of the crime on the accused person instead of the prosecution, or the state was just not leading proper evidence to prove its case. I mean, whatever you think about Sedina Tamakloe, I mean, if you read the judgment 94 pages and something will explain to you, my view is that you cannot see that the Court of Appeal erred in deciding what they had. But at the end of the day,
Kojo, I have Samson on the line. Kojo, if I may.
Are we going straight to Samson?
Yes.
Okay,
let me go to Samson and get some education on this particular ruling. Good morning, Mr. Samson Ladi Aineni. How are you this morning?
I'm well, by grace. How about you?
I'm very well. Samson, if you can please speak up for me. Your voice is a bit low for me. Now, in plain language, for those of us who don't understand legal language, what did the Court of Appeal actually decide yesterday? It's Sedina now innocent.
Yes, she's been acquitted and discharged on all the counts. All the counts against her. And you know that there were 78 odd counts, which were mislabeled as 80 counts. So she's been acquitted and discharged on all of the counts. Of course, about 34 of the counts were found to be defective, according to the Court of Appeal, on the basis that they did not have particulars as required to explain them in the detail that is required. Article 19 of the 1992 Constitution. And then those others which were not found to be defective, the various propositions were made, including that the convictions were based on hearsay, or that the prosecution did not discharge the burden required of it to prove them, and rather she who is the accused, who was tried in her absence, was required to rather prove her innocence, which is not what is required in proving a criminal charge. He that makes the assertion has the burden to prove beyond reasonable doubt. He that is accused is not required in criminal law to prove anything, generally. So that's what you can say in summary.
So at this particular point, there were charges preferred against Sedina, and according to what you've explained, because it was not her responsibility to prove, but that of the prosecution to prove, does it clear the charges and make her innocent? Because I am not a lawyer. We know when you go to court, there are two outcomes, innocent or guilty. And with this particular judgment, does the state have any other avenues to pursue justice in the case of the misappropriation of funds and loss of value to the state?
So basically what you are seeking is whether the state has the opportunity to re-engineer the case beyond an appeal. Because if you take the judgments on its face value, on the various, categorizations in which the court came to the decision unanimously acquitting and discharging her, then you may say there may be a difficulty in overturning that decision. So your questioning will be that once the decision turns on incurably defective charges, an odd of about 34 charges in that regard, can we now repair those charges and then put her back in court? There's a difficulty. There is no a straight, answer a yes to that, because in our jurisprudence we have something you may be familiar with as the double jeopardy principle. Autrefour acquit. Now, if we can look at that carefully to consider that that principle does not generally bar the state from properly drafting fresh charges that comply with the provisions of the law and the Constitution, so to speak, then that opportunity is available for those charges, so to speak. But it's a heavy, it's a difficult task to upscale. I will tell you that it's a difficult task to overcome.
Samson Kwekwa-Asante has a question for you.
Yeah, Samson, if you look at the judgment, two things, struck me. First is the charge sheet, the defective charge sheet, as the Court of Appeal found, and the requirement that the charge sheet and the counts must offer particularity in terms of the nature of the offense the accused is said to have committed. You look at a lot of charge sheets these days and they are very generic. It's almost like they are lifted directly from some textbook or something, and that is not to say that is what happened in this case. Because if you look at some of the charge sheet on willfully causing financial loss to the state, they were too generic in the way they had been framed, and they did not give enough. So that is one. I wonder what you make of it, and the court's behavior now to crack down on it to ensure that accused persons get enough information on that. And then the second part is, when prosecutions frame charges in the negative, for instance, without authorization, without due process, those kind of offenses, which sometimes they seek to shift the burden on the accused person to do. We saw it in the Ernest Thompson case, in the Atufosin case. It was the same trial judge, and the Court of Appeal overturned her in that case also. Those are two striking points in this judgment. What do you think it sets in terms of the path for the future for our criminal jurisprudence and how accused persons are treated in courts?
Well, that's basic and obvious to see, isn't it? That prosecutors will read this judgment and be extremely careful in how they couch the counts or the particulars of the offense. Some of it, you cannot escape it, where they say she did or made the procurement without approval. You can't escape it. But in this case, you must also recognize one thing, that because she was absent, my reading is that may have also impacted on the process and giving the Court of Appeal the opportunity to do what they did in respect of the charges, even the charges that are said to be defective. Because if she were available, she would have been subjected to cross-examination. She would have called her witnesses who would have been subjected to cross-examination. And the opportunity to prove through her what is said not to have been proven may have become patent. You know, if you take the Akoto mining case, for example, you will see that the witnesses of Akoto mining, called by Akoto mining, and Wuntumi himself, his own evidence, was used against him because they helped the prosecution to confirm some of the things they needed confirmations about. So you will find that from my reading of it, that this appears to be one of the disadvantages that has worked against this particular, judgment and gave the Court of Appeal the room to be able to make the pronouncements they made in terms of the pronouncement that there was an attempt to shift the burden because she was not around. If she were around, she would have been cross-examined. For example, when it came to her signature, that is being said was not actually authenticated or proven. If she were around, she would be taking through it her own statement in which she said that, well, she has seen what looks like a signature, but she's not the one who signed it. She would have been put to, under the fire of cross-examination, and there would have been potentially sufficient information to conclude on the subject and not in the manner that perhaps it was left and led to this particular decision.
Right. Samson, this is Kojo. You point out that it looks like her absence during the trial may have also played a role in this outcome. Does that mean that a loophole has been exposed? Does this suggest that if an accused person is able to arrange so that they are absent during their trial, that will give them grounds for appeal?
Right. So you are right about what you are pointing out, because these days we have been shouting that you be trying absentia of certain people. It doesn't matter that they are unavailable. And so we can proceed, OSP can go ahead and try them. I suspect that if you have to try them in their absence, then you have to do an extra job. You must be clearly aware of the fact that the accused person is not available, and they not being around, you needing to go the extra mile to prove the elements and the ingredients to a great extent, so that there are witnesses that the prosecution may have felt on the back of this judgment, with the benefit of hindsight of this judgment. The prosecution may have felt, we don't need to call these people, we don't need to gather recipients of the money that was distributed for the the traders.
The countermand-to-fire issue.
Yes. We do not need to call any Maslog beneficiaries, because we have, this is positively proving in this sense. This X amount was given, X amount was supposed to be accounted for, it has not been accounted for. So I think that what it suggests to me is that if you have to try somebody in their absence, then you have to bring all that must be brought. Even those pieces of evidences and witnesses that you think may not be necessary, you need to bring all of them. Now, but you see, when you bring them, the person who is absent, in this case, Sedina, has his lawyer her lawyer who is cross-examining these people. And in doing so, it's weakening the prosecution's case. But the prosecution doesn't get the benefit of cross-examining her and her witnesses to seek to, as it were, prop up their case, where that is how they could work it and fortify it. But they put up a case, and the person who is not available still has the opportunity to, as it were, whittle down, punch holes, and weaken their case. That's what I say here.
Now, Samson, if I got the judgment right, the state's own witness admitted that the countermand funds were used for their purpose, but it was left out of the report. Was that the case?
Correct.
What are the professional implications of that?
So you would see some evidence of sorts that the state, in arguing their case, I think even at the very preliminary stage, indicated the absence of certain records in the trial. So I don't know how that's, because at their very introduction, when you see their written submissions as they made to the courts, you will find that they clearly indicate that I have just opened what they said, because it's right at the introduction, page 1. They said, we wish to bring to the attention of the Honorable Court that the record of appeal before the court is not complete. We state that all the exhibits tendered by the prosecution during the trial does not form part of the record. The only documents found as part of the record are some of the documents which form part of the disclosure done by the prosecution. Be it as it may, we have had to proceed with our submissions relying on notice made by the prosecution, as we only have become aware of the instant proceedings in this honorable court after the court had directed the parties to file their written submissions. So this is the introductory part of the written submissions of the respondents. Yeah, in answer to the appellant's submissions. And after the court had granted them leave to file it on the 1st of April 2026. That one, I can say that when a record is not found, as they have discovered that a record is, some evidences are not part of the body of the record before the Court of Appeal, what they then would have required to do would have been to apply for rectification of the record, which we all do. When the appeal records are compiled and there are records that are missing in the appeal record of appeal, you go to the court with an application, which is never, I do not know about any situation where the court has denied the party the opportunity to bring in the record. So I don't know why this happened, that a records you find important for the determination of the appeal are missing. And then you don't apply for a rectification of the record. I'm doing one particular case. They have applied to rectify the record like twice. At each time, the Court of Appeal will grant you the opportunity to rectify the record and bring what you think is essential and important to the record. So I don't know how this happened. This is such a grave omission, which can impact on the question you speak about. I don't know how it happened, sincerely speaking.
Now, Samson, my final question for you. As Kweku pointed out, the Thompson case, Atoforsin case, now Tamakloe, high-profile financial crime prosecutions, they keep collapsing on charge drafting and burden of proof. If you were advising the Attorney General's office today or tomorrow, what one change do you think they should institute to prevent the next collapse of these cases? Because they are public interest cases. We are all interested in these cases. What should the Attorney General's office do better next time?
Can I be advising them? Well, I would simply say those decisions of the Court of Appeal, or even those that have gone to the Supreme Court, they need to take those decisions and study them. These should become decisions that they would do training for the attorneys about, and make sure that the things that the judges are pointing out, they are able to tighten them so they don't happen, they don't recur. But you see, they raised, in the absence of that, they raised certain issues about the court not supposed to use technicality. That if you are talking about the defectiveness of the charges, are there things that happened in the course of the trial that supplied the particulars or the facts that you say were not supplied on the charge sheet? The charge sheet being the initiating document. If for about 34 of these charges, there were not particulars sufficient enough to help the accused to be able to frame their defense, that is, if the accused was around to frame a defense, then, they relied on a provision of the law, which requires that where it is only a question of technicality and it doesn't go to substantially damage the case, so to speak, the court should be very hesitant in setting aside a conviction. But the court took the view that this is not a question of technicality. This is fundamental. It is fundamental. So the reference was to Section 31(2) of the Courts Act, which specifies that the appellate court shall not clear or, if you like, set aside a conviction based on a technical flaw or procedural defect unless it considers that a substantial miscarriage of justice has actually occurred. So here too, it looks like they had the opportunity not to place reliance on a technicality, but their view was that this was more than, saying you are relying on a mere technicality to set somebody free. was fundamental and that there was a need to put the particulars there. It was incurably defective. Meaning you can't cure it. You know? So normally if they detect these things in the course of the trial, when the trial is not over, sometimes at the very beginning stages, then it is raised. Sometimes it is raised by the defense counsel. And as you may have seen, Godfrey Dami is raising some of them in the Hanan case, for example. And Attorney General actually has been asked to go and make certain corrections in the Hanan case, for example. Sometimes they are raised, and if they are raised early enough, they get corrected. They get the charge sheets get amended, so to speak. You know, and these things happen. But there can be a defense attorney whose strategy will be that I will not raise it at the beginning. I would rather keep quiet, you know, and wait until the whole thing is over, and I will use that as the basis to do something like this and hope that I'll be successful. So, but the education we need our audiences to be aware of is that, look, when you take the judgment, it does not say that the allegations that have been made were false. When it comes to the inflated, procurement, you will see that in the inflated procurement, if you take the vehicles and everything all together, we are talking about a total of 22 million Ghana cedis in inflation of the contracts, the vehicles that were procured, where you go to the vehicle, those who are dealing in the vehicle, and the price they have given to Maslock is not the price that is in the open market, or they themselves even sell to their customers. And Manasseh Azuri, whilst with Joy FM, when these matters came up, even 2 years after, went to these vehicle dealers, those who sold to Maslock, and double confirmed, that the prices were far in excess of what they were selling to the motoring public. And you remember, the inflated cost, so to speak, was the reason the buses that were purchased for the GPRTU drivers, they refused to accept them.
Yeah,
if you remember.
I remember
they refused to accept them. These vehicles were sitting and rotting away, at the state. Is it and even, do you remember at the time?
Some of them were at the national security. Exactly. I remember my former colleague Caleb tried to take photos of those. That's the reference I
was going to make.
And
Caleb
he was assaulted.
And Joey went there to try and take a look at these. They were, I don't know. So all of this loss, what is happening? We have lost everything out of the 62.2 million in all of these inflated contracts. Everything is gone to waste.
There will be more of this on Newsfile tomorrow, and we'll all be listening to Newsfile tomorrow. Thank you so much, Samson, for joining us this morning on the Super Morning Show.
Kojo?
Yes, sir.
There's one interesting thing. When you look at the extradition processes in the U.S., since we have become a nation that relies on what the U.S. courts say, even when it's not an extradition court, but an immigration court, we rely heavily on what they say. Let me point to you about 2 or 3 statements that the courts in Nevada said about this judgment. Because in doing the extradition, this judgment was submitted to that court. And the court, among others, said that in its judgment of conviction of Atieno, the Ghanaian High Court also outlined facts demonstrating that Atieno's driver obtained 50,000 Ghana cedis from Maslock funds that Atieno collected but failed to account for. The judge did not impugn the judgment. Now we have a judge in the U.S. sitting over an immigration matter, but impugning charges that Ghanaian courts, Ghanaian prosecutors are placing. Then he says that where there has been a judgment of conviction entered by a foreign court, there is no need for an independent determination of probable cause. The relator's guilt is an adjudicated fact, which, a fortiori, establishes probable cause. And then he says again that together, the affidavits submitted by Ghana, he says together these affidavits and the judgment of conviction are sufficient evidence to convince a person of prudence and caution that crimes were committed and Atieno committed these crimes. Accordingly, the information presented to the court is competent evidence to establish probable cause that Atieno committed the crimes with which she is charged and has been convicted. So a U.S. Judge, in dealing with the extradition, where Atieno was using two different names and they were able to reconcile the two different names to be the same person, they actually said, the matters that appear to have been raised on appeal in Ghana, her lawyers there didn't raise anything of the sort, to challenge the conviction in absentia, as that was challenged here in Ghana. Over there, her lawyers there did not raise these issues anyway.
So there are a lot of issues to unpack when it comes to this particular case. And tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp, you'll be on News File with your panelists to break down the issues. We are not missing it tomorrow. But Samson, thank you so much this morning for joining us with the education. It's 16 past 7. On a regular day, we would have brought you BBC News at 7. We apologize for an inability to bring that to you today because of this big national case. But we'll bring it to you in the subsequent days here on the Super Morning Show. BBC News is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Oba Spaghetti is made for you. Call your people, call your crew. Oba, come chop, everybody chop. And your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. Call them on 0800 003 355 or visit fidelitybank.com.gh. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. And if you're planning a trip abroad, don't wait until you are stranded in a foreign country. Get covered with Glyco travel insurance before you fly. From medical emergencies and flight delays to lost luggage, Glyco has you covered every step of the way. So call them on 0555 305 547. Travel smart, travel protected. Glyco, we cushion you for life. So the extended newspaper review ends now. Kojo Yankson is here. Kweku Asante is here. We'll go for a quick break. When we come, there is a lot more on the Super Morning Show for you. Stay with us.
Still on the presidency, the committee recommended that the minimum age of eligibility for election as president be reduced from 40 years, currently in the Constitution, to 30 years. The government has accepted this recommendation in principle, subject to one modification. The minimum age will be 35 years, not 30 years. And of course, the details of this will be fashioned out by the Constitutional Review Implementation Committee. The current threshold of 40 years excludes qualified citizens from seeking the highest office on the basis of an arbitrary age limit. 35 is consistent with a trend in modern democratic constitutions towards greater inclusivity of the youth, whilst ensuring that a candidate for the highest office has attained a measure of maturity and experience to handle that office. The government has accepted a recommendation to extend the term of office of the president from 4 years to 5 years, with the term of parliament extended to correspond with this. Our thinking is practical. Under the current 4-year cycle, the early months of every administration are consumed by transition matters, and the final year is largely consumed by elections. A 5-year term provides a more realistic time frame for the formulation, implementation, and assessment of government policy. In formulating the position on the final recommendations of the committee, government examined each recommendation against the relevant provisions of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to assess the nature, scope, and implications of the proposed amendment. Each recommendation was then subjected to rigorous constitutional and legal analysis, including whether it touched on entrenched or non-entrenched provisions of the Constitution, and whether its underlying objective could be achieved through other legislative or administrative means. We also examined the recommendations in light of the work of prior constitutional reform commissions or committees, such as the report of the 2010 Constitution Review Commission, in order to ensure continuity and consistency in the reform process. As I've noted earlier, when I submitted a draft position paper to Cabinet, extensive deliberations were held and each recommendation was interrogated, weighed against the practical experiences of our country, and refined before Cabinet granted approval to this position paper. I have underscored the importance of this process in order to highlight the fact that the position paper being published today is not the product of one ministry or one department of government or a group of technocrats sitting somewhere in a corner and working at it. On the contrary, it is the product of the considered thoughts of the men and women who have been given the honor by His Excellency the President to run the affairs of our country within the executive arm of government. On behalf of the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I wish to thank Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh and the eminent members of his committee, as well as the secretariat of the committee, for the excellent work done for our dear country and its citizens. Their names will forever be etched with indelible ink in the annals of Ghanaian history. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, and my fellow countrymen and women, I wish to make it clear from the outset that this is not a government white paper. The reason is that the work of the committee was not, technically speaking, the work of a commission of inquiry pursuant to Chapter 23 of the Constitution of the Republic. If that were the case, government would have had a constitutional obligation to either publish the report of the commission of inquiry together with a white paper, or give reasons why it would not publish the report of the commission or committee of inquiry. The position of government in respect of the recommendations of the committee is formulated in three ways. One, either we are accepting, that is, government is accepting, or two, it is accepting in principle subject to modification, or three, it is rejecting outright the recommendation of the committee prosecution to file opposing the appeal, because we believe that the High Court judgment had merit. Now, with this judgment, I have also directed the Director of Public Prosecutions to file a notice of appeal and apply for stay of execution, meaning that if the stay is granted, the status quo will prevail until such a time that the Supreme Court has had time to review the appeal and then made a determination. So that is all that I can say for now. I have a soft copy of the judgment. I'm yet to peruse it and then come to a firm conclusion as to what will be our grounds of appeal. But I want to emphasize that I believe that the judgment of the High Court had merit, and that the United States District Court that extradited her to Ghana had a basis for making a determination that she was the proper subject for extradition. And that is all that I will say for now.
We are all now trying to read the judgment, but we get the key thing out of the judgment, which is that Sedina Tamakloe has been, as it were, relieved of her responsibility to serving the jail sentence, to the extent that the Court of Appeal feels the prosecution at the time couldn't prove its case. We will say it will be lawful because it is the higher court than the previous court. So we can look at it, but it doesn't really meet the threshold for setting aside. Looking at the case, reading a bit of the judgment I have received so far, I am not convinced that the appellant made the case for the court to overturn the decision of the lower court. But like I said, the Court of Appeal is one of the highest courts, and so their decision will be binding on all of us. When I hear the Attorney General wants to appeal the decision, it will be interesting what the Attorney General's submission will be. We want to look at it, whether they really mean to appeal or it's just political gimmickry. I believe that if the Attorney General had done a good job at the appeal stage, maybe the Court of Appeal would have been swayed by their submissions. As it stands now, it looks to me that they didn't do a good job, and is the reason why the Court of Appeal granted the prayer of the appellant. That is where, for me, as things stand, that is where it is. It is shocking, and I believe that it flies against our resolve to fighting corruption. If you look at the fact that when this woman was standing trial, she had all the opportunity to contest all the issues that they are raising now, but she chose to skip court, skip the country, and now, almost 4 or 5 years after judgment, she's here asking for the court to reverse the decision of the lower court.
But this is a clear evidence that the reset only meant a reset for the NDC. That's what it meant. Look, everybody that was having one challenge or the other with the law, they have freed that person from their stock to the extent that they are using the judiciary at this point where necessary.
I think that this government is, first of all, not committed. That's one. Number two, you also have a long list of people that since they came, either the cases were discontinued, withdrawn, nolly prosequa, and a whole lot of it. So I don't know the kind of charade that they are engaged in. And it makes really nonsense of the various cases and trumped-up charges against the former appointees of President Akufo-Addo.
Well, I'm not surprised because we've always maintained that the NDC was incapable of holding its own people accountable. And we've seen the number of cases that, they've had to enter nolli prosequi. The Bank of Ghana case, the Bank of Ghana governor, the finance minister, Saglemi, all these other cases that were pending before the course, prior to the 2024 election. And so we've always known that the NDC was never going to hold its people accountable.
The basis upon which the person was convicted, now that it has been overturned, is it the case of the country that the woman never committed the offense? Are we saying that there were no monies misappropriated at Maslock at the time? And so it's a very troubling situation, and that has been my candid position, that the Attorney General and the NDC are not committed to the fight against corruption and matters related to corruption.
Okay, right. The matter here is that an individual has been convicted. She ran away from justice on bail. She didn't show up. That is a dishonest conduct to begin with.
By whose standard?
Huh?
By whose standard?
But you have a bail, yeah, which is a testament that when you need me, I'll come.
Yes.
Okay? And then you bolt after that. It's a dishonest conduct by everybody's standard. I gave you my word, yes, that I will show up when you need me, and I disappear. And I went to hide in America. And I won't come till I was extradited to this country. I knew I was sentenced. I won't come. Yeah. And then when I got extradited and came, because my government is in power, instead of taking me straight to jail, they let me go home and cool off. And she was cooling off at the house until public agitation.
You've seen her at home?
Constantly. But you don't let her go back there. You knew she was not in Sawam when she came. She was in her house for about some 2 weeks. And then there was pressure. And Felix Ofosukwachi, the minister for government communication, was talking down to us, saying that, oh, why is people asking this? And I mean, we don't understand. The arrogance, we can understand it. Yes. Okay, that period went by. And then she got to Nsawam. Yes. 2 days later, yes. She's at the appeals court, yes. Acquitted and discharged. Don't you see a pattern?
And you're saying that's injustice?
There is, yes. No, whether you can call it what you want. But
you released a statement.
No. I'm not interested.
Your party didn't.
You want to pigeonhole the conversation. I want to give you evidence.
You can position of the political party on this.
Let your viewers reach a certain conclusion. Yes. I want to paint a picture for your viewers. This is an individual who bolted.
Yes.
Won't come to Ghana until her government came to office.
Yes.
She's come back to the country. Her government is protecting her. She won't go to jail immediately. She was sitting at home for 2 weeks. Then reluctantly, they sent her to Nsawam. 2 days after that, not literally, but a few days after that, she's brought back to appeals court, acquitted and discharged. Don't you see a pattern? If you don't see a pattern, let me go back and tell you. They come into government, all their people on trial, yes. They issue a nolle prosequi, yes. Free all of them, okay? Yes. They are above the law. They are creating a certain class of people who are NDC people above the law.
Okay.
Maybe just on the side, what about people who are reading political meanings into this? You know, we had arguments in the past about that, you know, because it's affiliated with the governing party, among other things, that could possibly help her in getting this. What would be your reaction to that?
Political, well, unfortunately, I'm a lawyer, and so I can only speak to issues of law. Okay, so I'm not a politician, so I can't speak to, and then I can't, prevent people from having opinions. So, it's entirely their call. But that's why I'm saying, once we all get a judgment, we would appreciate exactly. And for anybody who wants to do a good job, they should apply to the court and get our submission, get the proceedings, and then they would appreciate our case better. So, no politics. I'm not a politician, so I can't speak to politics. But the law is the law. Is the law.
Thank you very much, Counsel. So that is Enoch talking to us basically about what has happened so far at the Court of Appeal. In fact, he is a happy man now, knowing that his client is going to be out of prison custody today, because there's a very big decision by the Court of Appeal, and the presiding judge, Justice Emmanuel Ankama, flanked by 2 other judges, clearly said that based on what has happened, the prosecution could not prove the case beyond reasonable doubt, and that's the reason why they've quashed the decision of the Financial Division of the Accra High Court.
I'm listening to the song Metene Banko. Metene Banko. Oh, Kojo Ajumbiado. Yes, Community. DJ Betty. Doing the do.
Same way you are hearing the lyrics, that's how they say some judges hear evidence.
It's 7:32. This is the Super Morning Show. There's a lot to unpack for you today on the show. The court issues Supreme Court judgment on the. Did I say Supreme Court? Appeals Court judgment on the Sedina Tamakloe. The Court of Appeal.
Yes.
Future lawyer. Yes. We have the constitutional review issues. Yeah. And this morning we'll also be talking about fraud and scams here on the show. It's a packed show for you. Sports is also coming up. Birthday messages coming up. But before we get into sports and birthday messages, from now till the end of October 2026, Bank of Africa is offering short-term loans at very slim rates to salaried workers. Okay? Whether it's for school fees, for prospectus, for your car maintenance, or that deserved family vacation, Bank of Africa will sort you out fast. So chat with Fafa at boaghana.com or WhatsApp 0244338226 and for more information. Sometimes all you need is a quick fix. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
Let's talk about Franco, just your leading mobile phone accessories and electronic outlet. Purchase items such as Nokia, Samsung, iPhones, smart TVs, Franco air condition, chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machine, microwave, blender, generator, gas and electric stove, CCTV camera functions, and all other mobile phone brands and accessories. Charlie, I went to Kojo's place one time, and the CCTV. I was behind some bush. Kojo has some CCTV there from Franco. Hey, Kojo can control everything on his phone, and he will text you and say, "Charlie, you have stepped on my grass. Please go back on the leave the lawn." Yes. You know the mansion at that vast hectare of land.
You are an unreliable witness.
So if you want the Kojo CCTV, shop online on the Franco website or their website.
Their app on Google Play
and
Store.
Get up to a 40%
Franco
discount.
still phone Papa Pafi.
Still phone Papa Pafi. And Heritage Christian University is located in Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. At Heritage, you are assured of values-driven education that prepares you for the world of work and challenges you to turn ideas into businesses that feed families and employ communities. Admission is in progress for their range of undergraduate and graduate programs. Call 0547 777731 or 0532 373100 or visit hcu.edu.gh for more information. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
The Global Conference on Human Resources in Africa is returning August 12th to 15th at the Kempinski Hotel, Accra, Ghana. It is convening HR professionals like Raymond Labi and co, business executives, policymakers, and industry leaders from 15 plus countries for 4 days of immersive experience in HR, AI leadership, and workforce transformation. We'll be joined by Honorable Rashid Purple, the Labour Minister, Michael Diambros, Fortune 50 HR and transformation leader, Ashal Khanna of SHRM India, Daniel Vargas of Microsoft, Seamus Clancy of LinkedIn, Dr. Francis Eduku of CIHRM, Uzuaku Inwobi of PwC Nigeria, Martin Kiragu of Deal Local Payroll, and more. And then, of course, Howard too will be there. And then expert keynotes, panels, innovation labs, master classes, exhibitions, tours, plus sponsors and exhibitors including SHRM, LinkedIn, MTN, PwC, Deal Local Payroll, Atlas, Copilot, CIFA, and more. Visit gchrafrica.com or call 055-408-1727. That is 055-408-1727.
This is the remix version of Odonyum featuring Stonebwoy, Kiddy, and Oforiamposa. Alande. And I hear Kofi Nti may sue them because he says the original is his song. Let me tell you about the Stanbic Mobile Money Wallet promo. You know, imagine choosing your own global destination, enjoying flights, a 4-star hotel, an unforgettable experience, all paid for. Yes, that's what Stanbic Bank in collaboration with MasterCard is doing for you. They are making it possible with the World on Your Card promo. Simply sign up for a new Money Wallet MasterCard, load or reload $200 USD or more between now and 14th of August 2026 to stand a chance to win a worldwide travel package for 2 to a destination listed on priceless.com. Simply put the world on your card and stand tall with Stanbic.
Yes, let's talk water tanks. You know, the real secret to water storage is simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, it is not the correct tank. That is right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So my people, go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it is time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that is tough like a tortoise. 0244-335-168 is the number to call to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank is strong and
tough. And if you are choosing fuels, choose Total Excellium, the new formula. It has a cumulative effect of anti-corrosion, anti-wear, detergent additives that ensures that you lower your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. You will drive, experience the difference with Total Energy's Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium. Choose quality.
Mommy, daddy, you know why children leave home very neat and return looking so different? I'll tell you, it's a non-stop action. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active. That is why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them the nutritious Milo every day. Milo contains vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, the energy to go further.
It's 7:38. Coming up is the birthday messages and also Sports Center. Now let me tell you about one of Ghana's most rewarding and promising companies. That is Valex Lease Equip Limited. Is Ghana's leading photocopier leasing company. And with them, you don't need to buy a multifunctional photocopier when you can lease and pay as you copy or print. And they give you free toners and cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, follow me printing, centralized monitoring of all your stuff. And they are in all 16 regions. Nationwide coverage. So forget about the unnecessary expensive gimmicks and save yourself over 60% cost. Call Valex Lease on 0244 644048 or visit their website valexlease.com. If you are patronizing them, you are patronizing a wholly owned Ghanaian company whose returns stay within the country and helps us to drive economic growth. So remember, Valex Lease gives you affordable document management solutions and terms and conditions apply. Birthday messages coming up. Sports Center as well. Are we all going to sell the World Cup rights to a private investor? We'll hear more when the sports team join us here on the Super Morning Show. Quick break, we'll be right back.
Charlie, dream I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but
by Justice Fiasewa Asare Botwe in April 2024, convicting and sentencing Sedina Tamakloe Atienu and that of Daniel Axem, into 10 years imprisonment and 5 years imprisonment, respectively. Mami, so that's been the situation here at the Court of Appeal.
In Hohoi, in the Volta region, Godwin Dogbe was known for being smallish. He was also known for being clever. At school, he regularly came top of his class. He loved reading. And in the community where he was raised by his aunt, people knew him and looked out for him.
I live a very happy life in the community. Everybody even wants to help me, even wish to be of help to me all the time. Was, let me say, I don't personally need it that time, but they want to help me because of how good I am in the community, take everything easy with everybody, live one, and I live, it's a happy life back then, yeah.
It was in many ways an ordinary childhood, until one day, his father introduced him to a woman he called his aunt. She said she would take Godwin to see his hometown during the school holidays. For a boy who had never met much of his extended family, the prospect was exciting.
I was 12 years in JHS 3. One day I was in, let me say, Form 3A, third term. That's the last vacation for us to go and write our end of year. That's the BEC. And then the vacation, my father came to me with a certain lady that she is my auntie. I was very, very happy to meet her the first time, and we exchanged words, and then she also explained further that she wants to take me to go and meet my extended family as well, and also know my hometown, because since I was born, I do not know my hometown, where I'm supposed to go or call my hometown. So with that, everybody agreed on her. And they agreed mainly because she came with my father, because everybody know my father and then they trust him. So they allow me to follow her. She promised only 1 week to spend there. So we went there. She actually took me to our hometown. When we got there, I was late, so I need to have a rest, and I slept the following day. She took me around the community, showing me our grandparents' house, how they live, where they move from. And I was very, very happy. And I love it as well. So we are fast approaching. Our resuming date is close, and I'm like, I need to go back to go and continue my studies, and then before writing my final exam. When I was going with her, I carry my books along, my dictionary, my textbook, so that Even
the messages on the Super Morning Show brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, BOP from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com. And Franco Trading Enterprise, still Happy birthday going out to Dr. Theo Saki from Mr. Charles Mensah and members of Bottom Tree. God bless you, Mr. Saki. You are 63 years old today.
Can I just give a shout out?
Give shout outs
to our HR team.
Yeah.
Yes, Hawa and Derek and Barikisu.
This is the one that you are giving HR shout out this morning.
And Daniel, all the squad. Yes. Today is the 31st. So they understand the shout outs.
Oh, some of us we've gotten our shout outs like Wednesday. Me today I don't have birthday messages. I want to tell you about Akoto coming up in Nankesi. That's where I come from. Big time festival. So big plaudits to the Traditional Council and Friends organization for putting this together.
Later on the show, I'll let you break it down for me what Akoto is.
Yes.
But let me also say a happy birthday to a big man, Alhaji Alasan. Alhaji Alasan, today is your birthday. And the message is the family loves you. We pray for Allah's continuous protection, favor, and mercy upon you. And this is a message from your wife, Shamima Al-Hassan. You say, Kojo, good morning. Please wish my husband, Alhaji, happy birthday. Aleba Kalada. May he expand all that you do. And this is from Shamima and the family to you. And that brings us to Sports Center, which is brought to you by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go SIMless today. Standard Chartered Bank here for good. DSTV, your home of entertainment and high sense. Everyday prices for everyday people. MTN just brought the prices down and the speeds up on MTN Fiber for home, and your whole household is just about to feel it. Movie nights that don't buffer, work calls that don't stop, that don't drop, and your side hustle running smooth in the background. 3 unlimited speed levels, 1 amazing network. You can enjoy 100 megabits per second for 299 cedis, 300 megabits per second for 444, and 500 megabits for 999 Ghana cedis all per month. Pick what fits your home. No data caps, no slowdown. MTN Fiber for home, your speed, your home, your choice. Only on MTN, everywhere you go. And Standard Chartered has been with us for 130 years. They've been a partner in progress and they are still going strong. Today they stand on 130 years of heritage to power your ambitions and unlock opportunities for you. As always, we believe that we can achieve more by partnering together. So partner Standard Chartered today. Standard Chartered here for good. And if you need televisions, refrigerators, chest freezers, air conditioners with up to 5-year manufacturer defect warranty on products, you know the place to go is Hisense. They are in Kumasi, they are in Accra, they are in Kaswa, they are in Koforidua, they are in Hohoi, they are in Sunyani, they are everywhere. And they are also online on hisense.com.gh. Call them on 0302 550000. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube for the latest promotions, product launches, and exciting offers. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. Today, I have the striker and the midfielder. Fento is here. Achu is also here. Our defender, no.
Oh.
How are you guys? Good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just worried about what is happening with FIFA.
When the whole team shows up on a Friday morning,
it means Asemesi.
No. See, something big is happening. Something big is happening. Something big is happening on the 29th of August. Something big is happening. Joy Sports Invitational is back home. Yes.
Unmake them.
Yes.
All of, you see, last year, some of our friends, they came to Malik Basintale. He was a big disappointment last year.
Wambao.
Oh, he came.
Yeah, he came.
But the action, no.
Someone near MotoGP.
The hype.
If you have done MotoGP.
Master. You see,
you are bringing the right to
Invitational is for teams of multi-talents.
Yes.
It's the multimedia group. So you have to be good at everything.
Yes, NYA.
Yes.
You see. And they make the loudest
NYEA.
Yes.
No. Two.
Yes.
YEA.
This year, I want to dare the Asempa team. Obi and his people, I want to dare them.
I beg you.
To play a game of football.
See, there are some fights. There are some fights
with a joy team.
There is a history.
There are some fights you don't pick.
That's why I'm saying there is a history.
You see, there are some. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that 2 years ago?
Yes.
When we organized the competition, we fielded a team for multimedia. Last year we didn't field a team for multimedia.
Okay, it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago we fielded a team for multimedia. Okay, and multimedia. Listen, multimedia won the arm wrestling competition. So even me, that I work here, I was shocked. I'm like, who in multimedia can win an arm wrestling competition? Then me call investigation as a FM producer. I said, hey, if you see the guys,
so because of small arm wrestling.
So I'm saying I don't
you
challenge
don't want me to challenge them to a game of football.
I beg you.
I think we can beat Obi and his team.
I beg you.
And so, and it should be the opening game.
Football.
It should be the curtain raiser. We should have a football game.
Yeah.
Curtain raiser. Remember 3.
I've seen you play football before.
Say 3 and now someone down the bono.
No, you only won 3. You see the problem.
I don't see remember 3 because now someone down.
You see the problem. Anyway, so it's back again. Joy Sports Invitation. Last year we had over 50 companies participate in this amazing day of corporate networking, fan activities all around. We had the chief of staff as our special guest. He took part in the aerobic session in the morning at 6 a.m. We're aiming to have to kick off the day as well with another aerobic session in the morning because that proved quite popular. And he later even came back in the day to come and give out awards. So he was so generous with his time.
I think the opening game should be multimedia versus the Office of Chief of Staff.
Oh, she saw matches.
Let's show them something small.
But I don't understand it.
Can you make up your mind already?
No. It's a CRD. Multimedia against Office of the Chief of Staff.
Yes.
Look, one of the stories that I liked, but in the end it paid me small for very selfish reasons. Sawenano. After the he came here,
construction company.
Yes, and he said the businesses that he got in the first year were the reason he came back.
Okay,
and that by midday he had matched the contacts and deals from the previous year.
Wow, amazing.
And I said,
the power.
I said, so this one, some small percentage they come multimedia or not. It is a shared partnership. I said, okay, that's the spirit of invitational.
Yes, that is it.
And I love it for people like that because look, there are many who would come here, fraternize, and they will just enjoy the airtime we give them on TV, radio, online, and on our socials, and on YouTube as well, because we've got accounts there. But the stories where people actually tell you that, okay, I got X amount of business by participating in invitation, those for me are the real wins. Because it is converting the numbers and the impressions to actual money in their pockets.
Yeah, absolutely.
And business relations. So Sawenano, after taking the money, come back.
Speaking of returnees, look, I'll tell you, we only just broke communication today that the Joy Sports Invitational 2026 will take place on the 29th of August. It's the end of the month. University of Ghana Stadium, same venue.
Yeah.
Every company would have paid salaries. It's a good time of the year as well. So it's a really good opportunity to bring your staff together to fraternize, network, and connect with other businesses. And already, Kojo, I can tell you, already this year, we just broke communication this morning, but already we have 7 companies that have signed up as of this morning.
That means we are giving them 1 company per hour because it's not.
That's it. So far, fair wages and salaries commission.
Yeah.
John Smith Graham and his people.
They've already signed up.
Nice.
3D Wireless Plus
3D
have already signed up.
I think they are new.
Axis Pension Trust are back.
Oh, Axis.
Our people are back. Yes. Heritage Christian University. They're always there. They are back.
Professor William. Yes, Professor William.
Professor William. William Tahirana.
William Atulik. Yes. Sharp.
Oh, and our friends, Tropo Farms.
Oh, yes. They bring the fish.
They will bring the fish again.
Then I'll bring the grill.
That's it. Simple.
Royal Kingdom. You don't give me. The grill.
Last year, this year we'll do it anew.
Okay. Royal Kingdom Estate Limited.
Yes,
also back.
They are building their strong foundations for athleticism.
Thank you very much. And Also Service Limited. Again, they were there last year. They are back, and we already have 4 sponsors. Sponsors. What's it? Sponsor number 1, Minerals Commission, and they're always there,
and they'll play too.
Yes. And they always play.
So we have 7. In fact, you have 11 teams because the sponsors are also
they're automatic players.
Minerals Commission.
Minerals Commission.
Ayuda.
Bako. Services will be latest phone.
Your partner for life.
Yeah, the latest is better to all.
And you javelin. Javelin here to know they know.
Oh, and for the first time this year.
Yes.
Toyota Ghana.
Toyo.
Oh, this morning I saw a Toyota bus. I didn't know they have a football club. Yes, I saw it at La Paz. I didn't know they have a football. Yes.
So Toyota are coming.
Yes.
This year as sponsors and participants.
Yes. So by next year, if they finish the Accra Kumasi Highway, Toyota can give us 5 Prados, and we'll do the Toyota Accra Kumasi Rally.
Thank you.
Me green Prado.
And not green Prado. Hey, Kojo. So listen, this year, the CEO penalty shootout is proving to be very popular.
Yeah.
And then there's also the female penalty shootout, very competitive.
Yes.
Obviously, the mixed relay in the Lyman's Pool and sack race as well, very popular events. Table tennis is proving to be popular. The football, obviously. Swimming, surprisingly, is one of the more popular.
I was there last year. I enjoyed the swimming. In fact, I wanted to compete, but when I saw the people swimming like sharks, I was like, wait, Charlie.
Anyway, so guys, you can sign up to participate in the Joy Sports Invitational. It's from now till August 29.
How do people sign up?
That's what I'm about to. So listen, it's very simple. Everyone is on social media now. So pick your phone, dial this number, save it, and you can always send Sleving a message or call him at any time you want. The magic number to sign up for the Joy Sports Invitational is 0242 37 6445. Yes, the number again. 0242 37 6445. Yes. That's it.
That's a Slevin.
His name is Slevin.
Just text him your
name.
Kweku Mensa.
Yes.
Construction.
Yes. Send us the form.
Yes.
And Slevin will reply with a form. And you pay the participation fee. And then you choose the sporting disciplines you want to participate in. It's really that simple.
Okay.
And then we go. So this morning, if we are all here, this is the good news we are carrying.
There's a message from the management of Lexus Bill, led by George Quay. And in fact, George says that remind you that we are doing Guinness Pound tomorrow. But he says that we are taking Lexus to space to fix his knee, so that this time McDonald's daughters don't beat him.
Last year, Lexus.
He make. Speaking of McDonald, a group of companies, they're always there every year. And McDonald signed up his daughters for the tennis competition, and we signed up Lexus, and they discipline Lexus.
Last year, he make we shy.
Lexus Bill, look at his arms. When you make McDonald's children beat you.
If Lexus will compete, we have to change the draw.
Okay.
Avoid McDonald's children until the
What if you line him up against McDonald himself?
Oh, that would be a fair game.
McDonald is quite good.
He's very good.
Because I've seen him play. I mean, he's very agile.
And the thing has become like a family problem.
No.
He also has a knee problem, eh?
Oh no. McDonald is fit.
So Kojo, listen. I think that's our business for this morning. My job here is done.
Your job is done, and it's exciting. 29th of August, University of Ghana Sports Stadium is happening big time. It's the Joy FM.
Joy Sports
Invitational, and it's happening this year. Don't miss out.
I have just 3 minutes here.
You don't have time.
I know. Just to run through a few things quickly. Mediama will be playing their preliminary CAF Champions League games at the TNA Stadium. The ITTF Africa Youth Championships and Africa Youth Cup has ended. The major takeaway is that for the first time in 40 years, we beat Egypt in a game of competitive tennis. We won gold at that game as well.
Wow.
The Black Satellites, they drew 1-1 with Burkina Faso yesterday. It means they've got just 1 point from 2 games in the Waffle B Under-20 Championship. So they need to win their final game against Togo and hope that Nigeria does them a favor to be able to qualify. At 2:30 p.m. today, Ahmadi Mohamed is fighting at the Commonwealth Games. He's taking on Australia's Jai Dixon in the men's 55 kg semi-final at the SEC Hall 5.
I really wanted us to discuss the FIFA issues.
Right.
But
that's for game plan.
But locally,
yes,
the invitational is more important.
Okay.
So game plan, what time does it air? People who want to know your thoughts and what's happening with FIFA, when can they join? 120.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes.
On
and the show will be streaming live on Twitter
Yes.
and on YouTube as well.
Yes. So if you want to know what's happening with FIFA, all the updates, all the lowdown, everything with FIFA, join the gentlemen on game plan this afternoon here on Joy 99.7 FM. You are still listening to the Super Morning Show. If your company has not registered, if you've never been to the Invitational, talk to your HR team, sign up, call Slevin, and let's do this together. Coming up is Business Minute. It's brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you. Anointed Engineering Services, the Generator Express, Palladium Residences, Live Smart, Invest Better, SkySat Technologies, performance that delivers every time, and Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures. If you need a generator, talk to Anointed Engineering Services Limited right now. They give you generators with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at very, very competitive prices, and you enjoy 5-year warranty if you buy generators from Anointed. 24-hour emergency services, sale of spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice. They give you all these services, plus sales and rentals of tower lights. Their head office is at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic lights. Call them today. 024 34 80334 024 34 80334. Anointed, the generator experts, and you are working hard, you are making money. Buy a home at Palladium Residences and chop your money small and enjoy a stunning community at ABC Junction, just minutes from the Chimota Mall. Discover beautifully designed modern apartments and spacious townhouses from Palladium Residences. They have a promo happening. This is the limited launch phase. You put down a 10% deposit and you can secure your home. So call them on 0509 823 424 0509 823 424. And Pegasus Publishing is offering you a massive 20% off every single book for your child this new school season. Pegasus is located at Accra New Town, right opposite Total Energy. So if you are looking for curriculum aligned textbooks and interactive learning tools for every level, preschool, primary, junior high school, all the way to senior high school, talk to Pegasus, get a 20% discount. 059 5010 175. That is their contact number. Time for Business Minutes.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you. Anointed Engineering Services, the Generator Experts, Palladium Residences, Live Smart, Invest Better, SkySat Technologies, performance that delivers every time, and Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures. Fuel prices are expected to increase at the pumps from tomorrow, driven by a rise in global crude oil prices and renewed pressure on the Ghana cedi. Government says it remains confident of meeting its 2026 end-of-year revenue target despite falling short of its half-year goal by 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. Ghana's pension assets have surpassed 100 billion Ghana cedis, underscoring the sector's growing role in supporting financial stability. And FIFA says it is not selling football as it defends plans to allow private investment in its competitions. UEFA has threatened to boycott future World Cups if the proposal goes ahead. And that's the Joy Business Minute.
Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
If I become a millionaire, I will put a huge billboard right next to my ex's house saying, look at me now, my hating.
Look what is ahead of me when we resume, so I need to study more to get the pass mark that I wanted. And then she's like, okay, so far as I want to go back, one of her uncle lives at Dambai, also wants to visit me. So like, he also wants to meet me. So he's the one that will help me with some exercise book. I don't need exercise book. So frankly speaking, I don't need exercise book or textbook or anything. But you see, she knows what, and I cannot say that I don't need the exercise book. So she said he is the one that, so let me also go and then meet him as well. Also excited to meet my extended family as well.
The arrangement carried something powerful, trust. And according to Superintendent William Ayaraga of the Ghana Police Service, that is often where trafficking begins. A parent trusts the person bringing the offer. A child trusts the people making it. And the journey begins.
Depending on the form of the trafficking, we have different forms. We have sexual exploitation as a form. We have labor exploitation. We have domestic servitude. We have trafficking to commit crime. We have sexual. We have what we call romance kind of trafficking. It depends. When we talk about people who are recruited to voter lake to be exploited in the lake, the source communities has always been in those communities along the sea. That is Ekumpuano, Cape Coast, Winneba to what do you call it, up to Pram Pram. Those coastal lines. Why? Because they want children who can swim. Because most of these perpetrators go to those communities and recruit young men and women under the pretext of taking them to the city for educational purposes. They end up sending them to Yeji and its environs to be exploited in fishing.
Godwin's trip to his hometown went as promised. Then, before it was time to return to school, the woman suggested another visit. An uncle, she said, lived on the island near Lake Volta. The journey began at Abotwase. By boat, they traveled towards an island near Ketekrachi. They left at 7 in the morning and arrived at 9 that night. By the following day, the woman who had brought Godwin there had disappeared. No explanation, no goodbye, and no obvious way home.
So we set off the next day. And then I'm like, we set off. We get to Abotiasi. And I'm like, no, this is not Abotiasi because I've been to Dambai before for excursion to see how they use the Pantu to cross from Dambai to Ketekrachi. So I've been there, and she's like, we are going over lake, an island. If she told me earlier on that we are going over lake, because of how smart I am, how I used to ask questions and a lot of that, I will not agree to follow her because I know when I get there, returning will be very difficult. Even though she will be there with me, but I will not allow her to take me there. That's why she said Dambai. But where I was that time, I can't go back or say anything. So I just need to follow her and then accept that, yes, we will return the next 3 days. So we got there, we set off from Abotasi 7 a.m. We got to the island 9 p.m. All these hours just on the Lake Volta, moving from Abotiasi to the island of Bukulkope near Ketekrachi. When we got there, it was late, so we just need to go to meet the man that she was talking about, the uncle that she is talking about. We introduced ourselves to each other, and the man actually said that he is my uncle, and I also believe because I know no one, and then that ends everything. The following day, I woke up. I usually woke up early, even when I was, because of I need to do some morning prepping before get myself ready for school. And so I actually woke up very early, and then she's like, when I asked, I did not find the woman that I came with that claimed she be my auntie, and she's actually my auntie, my real auntie. When I ask everybody, she's nowhere to be found. Where she is, they say they don't know where she is.
The man Godwin had been told was his uncle was in fact the boatmaster, and the work waiting for him was fishing.
I can't do anything at all, just thinking, how is life going to be without her here, or me not knowing anybody here. But with time, the same day, I'm able to make a friend, and then the friend told me that, for me, let me just forget about her. She will not come. That's what she normally does. she bring, and then the following day she wakes up and leave. So that whole day ended. And then the next day, I was asleep as early as dawn, 4 a.m. Then the woman that the man that she introduced me to as her uncle, the son of that man came with him in Abuja. Let's go for fishing. What? I'm like, I don't know, fishing. Fishing, what is fishing? I don't even know how to swim south before knowing how to fish. And he's like, I'm here to school. I'm here to fish, not to school. So we need to go on fishing, and I just need to comply, follow. And first, I wanted to, let me say, because of how I used to ask a lot of questions and then stuff to get an understanding of everything, I wanted to ask that. And one of the guy there touched me behind that I should know, because I will find it very, very difficult that very morning. I will not like the day. So I just keep quiet, and then we went to the lake.
Godwin could not swim. That did not matter. He was thrown in the lake anyway.
No one teach me how to swim. They will throw you inside the lake, and then they will spark the engine, and then drive away from you. So you need to swim wherever the distance is. You need to swim from that place to the next shore. Like, after I started drinking water, a lot of waters, and then one of the guy in the boat sacrificed himself, jumped into the lake, and then came in and saved me. He knew how to swim, so he saved me, and then did that. And it happens severally. If there's something happening, and then you are not able to do it, or you don't know how to do it, they don't teach you, but they'll use either the paddle or the rope in the car in the canoe to lash you heavily, or even throw you inside this and then drive away.
He was sent underwater to untangle fishing nets. Below the surface were tree stumps and sometimes electric fish.
When the nets tangle at the bottom of the lake, because there are tree stumps and then stones under the lake water, you need to dive down to untangle all that. And at times, you go down there, you can be electrocuted, like you can be shocked by electric fish, because the electric fish in that particular area, they are grown, so they have that kind of heavy, so you can go there and then you meet one. Then if you meet one there, how you need to save yourself, and then also make sure you untangle the net before coming up. So it's like you are fighting with your boat master, and then also fighting with an electric fish under there, because you cannot come up without untangling the net. If not,
election periods all affect governance, so we should increase it from 45 years. Presidential age limit from 40. Initial recommendation was 30. Government's suggestion is 35. We increase members of parliament from 276 to 300. 24 will be representative from minority groups. And
Kojo.
MMDCs, the president will nominate 5 people. Then we will vote for
3 of them.
Our choice from the president's 5.
Yes, because at the end of the day, if you are going to elect, okay, you there.
No, give us the lowdown.
This idea that we are going to elect MMDCs, unless if you track it back, President Akufo-Addo wanted us to do a referendum and elect MMDCs on partisan grounds, MPP and NDC. Even assemblyman election, we know in our localities it's MPP and NDC. But we decided to play ostrich, and then that referendum was botched. Because NDC said, let's elect MMDCs, but let's elect them on non-partisan grounds.
Okay.
Then we set up a constitutional review committee chaired by eminent Kwesi Prempeh, with big guys on it, former Supreme Court judges, former EC chairs and other things. All these big guys. Who says, listen, the sentiment on the ground is that let's elect our MMDCs. And now government says, okay, we accept that, but we have made some modification. So instead of you and I going there and picking our forms and contesting so that people will vote for us directly, the Omanpeyi will pick 5 people. The government itself will find through some local government committee, vet them and reduce it to 3. Then, including a woman, then Ghanaians in the various localities would now vote for the 3.
But does it not?
This one is just no.
If
But
you're an NDC president and the KMA boss is an MPP KMA boss,
so
he
that
heads
is
the municipal security committee, that, and you want to prosecute your agenda, and this man is there and is not helping you to. Maybe
I was
they think that.
Kojo Yankson, but Kojo Yankson, look at the point Kojo
I'm just asking.
No, but what's the difference between that and an NDC government president? Having an NPP member of parliament.
But at least sometimes they campaign very well and they get their people to form majority.
No, you see, democracy. Are we afraid of it? Is it that we are afraid of democracy? We are afraid of letting people choose what they want. Because this is what it is. The people may choose one particular party to be president and choose someone else to be their local MC or DC or whatever. And the two leaders have to find a way of working together. Otherwise, they are not leaders.
The DC is accountable to the people. The president is also accountable to the people.
Yes. Exactly. And you see, for them, for politicians to be running away from such situations where they don't want to work with people from the other side, it's to their benefit. It's not to our benefit, and we shouldn't allow them. Look, what the government is saying with this particular recommendation is this. So, you Ghanaians, you say you don't want president to nominate your MMDCs. You don't want the MMDCs to be nominated by the president. Okay, I hear you. Now I'll nominate 5. I won't nominate 1. I'll nominate 5.
I'll give you options.
No, they are not options. They are all his choices.
But still different people.
They are still his choices.
Who may have to campaign for your votes with their ideas as to how to develop your district.
The thing we want to cure, which is that we want to divorce local leadership from national leadership, will obviously not happen. If the president is still nominating the people who will eventually be, running for that
position. You had one which you didn't have any power anything except the assembly members. Now you've been given 5. They will go and prepare their manifestos. They will come and convince you, and then they will say things you can hold them accountable.
It is still 5 people nominated by the president.
We should open it up so that we all go ransom.
But we know the problem. Does this solve the problem?
This is a big issue, and in the coming days we'll be delving deeper into these issues. There are a lot of concerns about the recommendations, the government's position, and a whole lot of other issues. You'll be bringing them to
one
you.
We don't like. You say, okay, then I'll nominate 5.
Yes. Later, we'll be talking about fraud and scams here on the show. If you've been scammed before, please send us your messages and your experiences and how you dealt with it. Now, this month, your life could change forever. Telecel is making millionaires every single month in the Telecel Mahiti promo. Stand a chance to win 1 million cedis every month, 20,000 cedis every week, and 100 Ghana cedis every day. All you need to do is reload 10 Ghana cedis or more airtime or data, or top up Telecel Cash on your Telecel Cash wallet or your fixed broadband, and you could win big in the Telecel Mahiti promo. The more you reload, the more your chances to win. Don't just recharge to become a millionaire. Visit the Telecel Play app or dial *500# now to opt in for free. Telecel Mahiti promo. You could be the next millionaire. Telecel, connecting energies.
Every day your body needs clean, refreshing water. Awake water is carefully produced to keep you refreshed and hydrated. Purified, refreshing and purpose-driven. Through our One for Life campaign, we support people living with various cardiovascular diseases, where every bottle you drink, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Kolebu. Awake Drink Water is proudly produced by Kasapreco PLC. Awake Purified Drinking Water, One for Life. Drink water, drink Awake. Available nationwide. This advert is FDA approved.
And Latex Foam is your partner for life, sponsors of the Joy Invitational, Joy Sports Invitational, and they will also be playing. Now, if you are not sleeping well, it could be that the mattress you are sleeping on is not correct. And there are a lot of people who are not sleeping on correct mattresses. Latex Foam has 60 years experience in serving us and serving us right. And it remains the tried and tested brand we all love for almost 60 years now. They offer you unmatched quality and durability for every Ghanaian home. So make that smart choice. Talk to them on 0302-231155 in Accra and 0322029365 in Kumasi. You can visit their website, latexfoamghana.com, and all their social media platforms. Don't settle for less. Go for quality. Buy Latex Foam, or else you do yourself. Latex Foam is your partner for life. Your SMS social media messages on this morning show brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan African Bank, number 10 Liver Salt, refreshing relief, Cowbell Coffee with you every moment.
Yes, let me tell you about EcoBank digital campaign. You know how money really moves in Ghana. At EcoBank, we know it doesn't move only on payday. It moves every day, connecting Ghanaians with their families, communities, and businesses. It's airtime sent to a sister, transport money for dad, support for cousins, education, contribution towards family funeral, and helping hand when it matters most. In Ghana, money is more than a transaction. It's people supporting people, families helping families, and communities moving forward together. That's why there's EcoBank, a bank built for the way Ghanaians and Africans move money. With one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries, EcoBank digital platforms connects people, businesses, and opportunities in Ghana and across the continent. Pay bills, transfer money, access ATM services, and manage your finances anytime, anywhere with the EcoBank mobile app. USSD is *770#. EcoBank Online and EcoBank ATMs nationwide. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And your messages are brought to you by EcoBank. And I'm going to go for a quick break. But before I do that, there's a message I want to share. It's from Auntie Grace in Tema Community 25. And it says, good morning. She says, good morning, Kojo. I've tried reaching you countless times without success. I even called the studio. But the discussion at the time was on sanitation. I have also reached out to a few of your colleagues and I need help. Kojo, I'm reaching out because we desperately need your help. I live at Dawenya on the 25 affordable housing stretch leading to Pon Shanghai. A contractor constructing roadside gutters has completely destroyed the major access road, making it virtually impassable. To make matters worse, during construction, the contractor damaged the Ghana water pipelines, and as a result, our community has been without running water for almost 3 months. What is even more frustrating is that there seems to be no accountability. Residents do not know who awarded the contract, and we've tried to get some resolution to our issues, and it's not happening. We're appealing to you and Joy FM to take this up and get us a solution. Thank you for your time, and I sincerely hope to hear from you. Auntie Grace, we will be there. And we are forwarding this message to the Ministry of Roads and Highways to get you some answers and solutions. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. Quick break, we'll be right back.
Hello, sir. Please check the round tickets you made me purchase for our Canadian partners arriving this weekend.
Something is eating me up, though. I still don't know a decent, welcoming place where we can host our guests.
This is no issue at all, sir. Let me introduce you to Ghana's best kept secret when it comes to a perfect accommodation, and that is Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment located at Bawi Zero.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment? Tell me more.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments is a destination that everyone instantly falls in love with the minute they enter. They have beautifully designed 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, fully equipped kitchens, ultra-modern stylish living area, high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity, and an elegant rooftop lounge. Anointed Airbnb has 24-hour professional security, reliable standby generator, and an exceptional customer service and more.
Wow! Please make reservations for our guests right now.
Absolutely. If you ever think of a destination for work retreats, vacations, family events, or weekend getaways, always choose Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment. Find them in Accra at Bawe Zero, Faith Montessori, or book ahead on 025-638-9193 or 025-649-2415. Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments. Class, luxury, and lifestyle redefined.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you've truly earned. Secure your place
with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy whilst retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kojo Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kojo Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kojo Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kojo Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white where it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kojo Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kojo Charcoal toothpaste. Kojo Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kojo, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A treating till no not now. Won't malaria chill. Popo. What do you do? I want you. No not. A tobacco. No not. A damian. No not. A damian sa. No not. No not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who say malaria wa wumujum ansana wanum lona. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Keep out of reach of children and report all side effects of this medicine to your healthcare provider or to the FDA using the Med Safety app.
One phone call can open a new opportunity. One picture can preserve a moment forever. And one smart choice can change the way you connect, create, and experience the world. This season, CompuGhana's Mobile Prime Week takes center stage as the biggest mobile phone festival, where top brands meet the best prices. From Samsung, Tecno, Infinix, and itel to Vivo, Xiaomi, Huawei, Hotwave, and Doji. Discover the mobile brands you love at exciting prices. Enjoy great discounts and amazing gifts from the 27th of July to the 9th of August. More brands, more possibilities, more reasons to choose CompuGhana. Visit any CompuGhana showroom or shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. CompuGhana, passion for technology.
The right education will make sure you are ready when opportunity comes knocking. At Rosebank International University College, we don't just award degrees, we prepare you for globally competitive careers. From diplomas in culinary arts to doctorates in business administration, our programs are developed around a simple goal, equipping you with skills the global market demands. Our facilities are world-class, our faculty are experienced internationally, and our tuition is designed to support ambition. Your future starts here. Apply now at www.riuc.edu.gh or call 030-700-7800. You can also visit our modern campus at Opebia House Airport, Accra. Admissions are open. Rosebank International University College. Fast track your global career.
Is it that particular day, and you have to remove that net before coming up.
For 3 years, from 2015 to 2018, the lake was Godwin's world. He was not alone. There were other children working alongside him, some his age, others way younger. he'd see some could not survive the life.
Some do die, and if it happens like that, they see it like it's normal to them there. The boatman says itself, it's normal to them there that this life everybody will die. So the person that you just forget about the person, then let's move on with our daily lives.
The abuse did not end with the work. Superintendent Ayariga says some victims rescued from trafficking situations arrive with injuries that reveal a level of violence difficult to comprehend.
If I tell you some of the abuses some of them go through, you'll be surprised. Last 2 weeks, we rescued a victim from Wasa Abuoso. And medically, the womb has been shifted or removed. And according to sources, she got pregnant and they gave her some concoction to abort it. And in the process, it destroyed her womb.
If you see their body marks with lashes, and then some of them, they still live with the scars, and it's heartbreaking at times.
For Godwin, food was basic, banku or kokonte, often with little more than pepper.
The feeding, if we start 1st January, we start with banku, we are ending with banku. We eat rice 25th December. And if after that rice, after that 25th December, whatever they'll cook after that 25th December, and we have only 2 meals, that is kokonte and then banku.
And professional certified investigator has also joined us as well. We told you earlier this week that we'll have a conversation on fraud and scams, and he's here with us to have this conversation. But before we get into the conversation, Star Oil is expanding. They have more than 240 stations nationwide, and they are giving you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. This is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with the Star card, you can enjoy safe cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. So wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuels. Now, CompuGhana has also launched the Mobile Prime Week, the biggest mobile phones festival featuring top brands and at the best prices in Ghana. This is happening from the 9th of August, and you get to enjoy exciting discounts on phones from Samsung, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Vivo, Huawei, Hotwave, and a whole lot of other brands. And you receive amazing gifts from CompuGhana. So whether you need a phone for work, photography, entertainment, gaming, or everyday use, CompuGhana has the right choice for you. Visit any CompuGhana showroom or shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call them on 0302-752-020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. More brands, more choices, more rewards. CompuGhana, the biggest mobile phone festival happening for you. CompuGhana, passion for technology. And if you are going green, it's not just about saving the planet. It can also save you money. So install solar panels, cut down your power cost, get an electric vehicle and reduce what you spend getting around, or switch to energy efficient equipment and lower the cost of running your home or business. And the best part, Absa Bank can help you finance all of it. The Absa Green Finance Loan gives you what you need to make it happen. So walk into any Absa branch, ask about the Absa Green Finance Loan today, and say yes to a greener tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply. Absa reminds you to shine your eye to avoid being scammed. Your story matters, Absa, and we are here to shine our eyes. Kojo?
It's almost become a rite of passage, if you are a Ghanaian, that somebody must scam you at some point. And I can't believe I'm saying this, and it's true about Ghana. We used to think that these things happened in other West African countries, but it looks like, unfortunately, that is now our reality. But it can't be so. We need to figure out how to survive this. And of course, there's no better brain when it comes to combating the scourge of scammers than our very own Ransford Nanado. Ransford, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you so much for making time. Good morning. All right. Okay. So maybe we'll start with some basics. Okay. Because everyone has an example. And by the way, keep your examples coming through. Okay. Use the hashtag JoySMS when you post on X. Tell us the story. Have you ever been scammed online? Tell us what happened. How did it happen? Or send it through to us on 055 1111 997. We'll share your stories here on the show. Kojo?
There's a long story on Facebook of somebody who was scammed. He went online to buy a lamp from one of the online shops. And when you read the narration, it's like the people planned everything to the T. and you believe that it's actually the shop. And a lot of people have gone through this. So Ransford is here.
It's terrible. As for the examples, I mean, since we started talking about this at the beginning of the week, people keep texting me stories. You won't believe what has happened to some people. Charlie, from basic chaliwati to huge kitchen appliances, people have been scammed for thousands and thousands. But I think maybe we'll start with the basics, okay? First, let's understand what we are talking about here. When we talk about an online scam, what exactly do we mean, Ransford?
Kojo, so the issues of scam do not have boundaries. And from the days of Adam and Eve, scams have been with us. And they will continue to be with us. Because human beings would like to take advantage of other people using things like sense of urgency, using things like greed, and a sense to make money and later rationalize it. So when we come to scams, there are so many of them. And online is just one out of a lot. We have romance scam, we have money move scam, we have investment scam, we have lottery scam, we have the Ponzi's and the pyramids, recruitment scam, shopping, name them. But the key thing is this, you mentioned something. We have failed to understand that fraud and scam has become a profession for people who also go through apprenticeship.
Training.
Yes, training. I mean, some time ago we did an investigation and we arrested a guy in Teshinungwa Estate. And when we rounded them up with the police, we saw that they have an organogram. They go through interviews. They have a pay structure. And these were people who were recruited to scam. They sit behind their computers and they are scouting for targets. They prepare the grounds. They groom them. They enter into designing website, fake ones and all that. And then they do advert. And they have target to meet at the end of the day. So until we get to that level of realization that fraud and scam is not accidental. Let me take you back. I was telling a group of students I was teaching that from the 1980s, our grandmother's time, fraud was opportunistic. You meet somebody, you notice that the person is not thinking straight, and you sell maybe some bunch of rubbish to him and say, I have sold a clothes to you. He goes home and he notices that the clothes he bought was pieces of rubbish. But immediately we entered the 2000s, when internet and computer entered the sub-Saharan African region, and we had internet cafes and all that, fraud moved away and scams moved away from opportunistic to what you call planned. We moved into the 2000 and 2020 region, and then it got organized. It got cross-border because internet gives you a wide reach, limitless. Anonymity is a godfather of scams because you don't know who you are talking to. You meet somebody online, and then the past 10 years, Kojo, it has gotten to the point where AI has added value to the job of scammers, and now scams are being automated. So the person who is scamming you may not even be a human being, maybe an AI, and it's automated on real time. They've been groomed. Machine learning has taught them how to respond to every message they chat you with. So I just want us to lay the foundation that scammers are not uneducated people who do not have an idea what they are doing. They go through proper trading, they go through grooming, and the sort of things that we learn as certified fraud examiners and professional investigators, they learn same. So that, and I won't be surprised that the guys have tuned in, sitting with their radios, listening to what Ransford is going to say, because they learn new things when we are discussing these things. Online shopping has become the order of the day. Unfortunately, the statistics are not there for anybody to point at, because from my experience, when one person reports and somebody is arrested, then you see 10 other people come to say that, hey, they did the same thing to me. So my statistic is that it is only 1 out of 10 story that is told. The rest are not told. So it is only 10% of victims who actually discuss this or even report it. As to why they do not report is a different conversation. Maybe we'll delve into it. But Kojo, there's something that criminals and customers or consumers like. We call it convenience. Customers and consumers like convenience, and the criminals love it. Because you don't want to walk to that shop to go and pick an item. You want to place a call so that the item is brought to you. That is what the criminal is enjoying. The convenience that you seek, they will come between you and a retail shop and take money from you. The retail shop doesn't get the money, customer doesn't get the goods, the criminal is happy. Yeah. At the end of the day, the impact of these things, Kojo, you have no idea. I have seen divorce cases start because a husband thinks that a wife was careless. Things that were ordered for a shop that never arrived and will never arrive. And capital is gone. People's school fees that have been taken from wallet and account, you have no idea. Monies that are meant for surgery, that is gone, you have no idea. And one beautiful thing about this, unfortunately, is that the purchases that would have gone to a retail shop for them to issue a receipt and tax will be paid, the criminals take the money free and no taxes come to the government. The stories are many, from ordering of pizza and chicken online that never arrived and it will never arrive. Those who went for services with ECG and were called that, oh, you don't need to come to our office anymore. We have an online portal. Somebody will call you right now. Pay for the 7 meters you have requested for your real estate. And somebody will come and fix it for you. And this is, you know, a VIP service. So
I was going to get power connection from my mother. 7,000 cities gone.
Okay. Look, this thing where they call you because they know you need a particular service and then they offer you the convenience, right? There are so many examples, and the messages I've been receiving over the week have testified to this. So a friend of mine owns a big real estate company in Ghana, very well known, so I won't mention it. He says he went to a shop to buy bed sheets to do up a model home at one of his estates, and they sent the stuff. They after he ordered the stuff, it was a lot, so someone delivered it to him. He received the delivery, and 20 minutes later got a phone call, and the person said, "Oh, I'm the one who delivered your stuff to you. We are doing specials on the items that you bought. I've noticed that you have a whole estate. So if you want more of these things, call this number, mention this code, and you'll get 20% off." And of course, he was in the process of doing up several homes. So he called the number.
Who doesn't like good things?
And ordered in bulk. And made a transfer from his account. 18,000 cedis for bed sheets and shower curtains and all kinds of things. 18,000 of John Mahama's Ghana cedis. Besine. And when he went to the shop, they told him they have no such thing. There's no such arrangement. And the person who called him was not the one who did the delivery. Someone else took advantage of that arrangement and scammed him. So yes, convenience seems to be the big trap that we are all falling into.
Yeah. Customers love it. Criminals enjoy it.
Wow. Right. So let's I'm often curious about where the responsibility should fall, because we're going to be reading lots and lots of messages. We're going to be getting phone calls later from people who have been subject to scams, online scams. Where should the responsibility fall? If somebody is creating a website, calling it KFC, and using it to take people's money, should it be KFC's job to deal with this person and make sure that customers are not subjected to this scam? Should it be the police? Should it be Bank of Ghana? Who should be stepping in to make sure that this doesn't happen?
Kojo, I wish we would go into the whose responsibility is it later. We need to break the modus down for people to see it. One key thing about scam is that if you're able to spot a scam, you can stop it. The only way you can stop a scam is when you're able to spot it that, and they have characteristics. Scammers go through stages. They don't just wake up and scam you. So they recce, they do surveillance, they get to the attraction space. So surveillance will be like, okay, what's happening? We are told these people are doing a promo, and they do it every December. Let's also do one for customers in December. So they do the recce and find out who and who are doing promos, who and who has a shop. What is dangerous about the current category we're experiencing is the cloning. They don't set up a new business. Most of them would not do that. They clone an already existing business that is well known. They will not do advert. They will not do any marketing. They will target an existing business, like you mentioned, the food joints, the furniture, and all that. See, go to the foam those who sell foams, those who provide services. So they clone an existing business, give a website, and then put fake numbers, fraudulent numbers as contact. And one key thing that, apart from convenience, is when you lower your prices. Discount is another thing they prey on, that we are doing a 50% discount. So a brand new television set, 75-inch, that ideally should be selling about 16,000. We are selling it at 8,000 cedis. Kojo, who doesn't like that? That is what we call the attraction stage. They break everything down, discounts, free delivery, and you notice that they now throw in the bait, and people begin to call hotline. And they would have trained people who would sit down and pick the calls professionally. So when they pick the call at their contact center, the language on point. They are confirming every script that they have put online, that yes, we are doing free delivery. Are you in Accra? Even in Tema, we can do that. If you are outside Accra, you need to pay 10% deposit before we move, to show your seriousness. And who doesn't want to save 8,000 cedis, Kojo? So they go through these stages. The last stage that we find ourselves in, where what the story I'm narrating, is the engagement stage, where they begin to negotiate. Because the scammer would not say no. Even if you want further discount, that, oh, I'm buying 10. At the engagement stage, they will tell you that, yes, if you are buying 10, we'll give you further 20% discount. And this is where greed becomes the next commanding dynamic that the scammers would exploit. One, convenience, discount, and now greed. Because at the NIF, it has become so cheap, something that you should have paid 16,000. Somebody is saying that you're going to pay 8,000. And even with that, because you want to buy 10, could you have seen people who, because of bonus and discount, have even bought clutches when they don't even have any emergency, their legs are not broken. I wonder why anybody, I mean, you visit a guy here, me and a clutches here, oh no, me promo be na me toto ho, so yeah, that obi na mu bebu. We like discount too much. But the key question you need to ask yourself is
discounts we like, or we are also very greedy.
We are greedy. That's the whole thing. So I'm being nice on a Friday morning.
Actually fuels the scammers.
Yes. And they know that the human tendency to be greedy is there. So they throw in the greed aspect.
What talk clutches?
That if you buy more, we are going to give you further discounts. Remember that the scammer is not going to lose anything. So things that people do not need, they want to quickly buy and go and sell to others. Now the next one is actually the timeline. They will tell you that this will expire.
Creating agency.
The promo is going to expire. And you have the next 24 hours. So when you hear these things, get to know that you are heading towards danger. They create the convenience for you. Don't come, we'll deliver it. Because immediately you say, I want to come to your showroom. There is no showroom. The next one is that we are discounting it. The next one is that we can further discount it.
Because I was buying furniture, and the gentleman said, you are in Ashalibutri. We're also, but no, I'm right here. And he said they are also somewhere in Spintex. So there was no need for me to drive all the way to Spintex. They will deliver. Charlie, that was the hook. And me, I like convenience. Kojo Yankson, Charlie, I paid. And then I called the number. It was
Kojo Swabro.
And then I called again. It was. I'm a believer in the gig economy, the online space. So if you offer services online which do not require me to move, I always believe in it. And Charlie, they took the money. And Ransford, my challenge is that we have these people who work with mobile phones and phone numbers. And we know that you certified investigators, we know that every digital device practically has a footprint. So they can be traced and mapped for us to get to know where they are. But when these fraud issues happen, it looks like people are just left on their own. And you report to the police, they're unable to give you some solutions in the earliest possible time. Is there no way the telcos can help us pinpoint the actual locations of these people as soon as these things happen for us to get them? And the money that we send to them, sometimes you make a Momo payment and then you report and you are told that the money has already been moved. But it's either moved from Momo to a bank account or they go to collect the money from another Momo vendor. When they went to collect the money from the Momo vendor, didn't they use, an ID card? Based on these things, can't we... Is there nothing we can do to solve these problems?
There's a lot we can do, Kojo.
The scammers.
There's a lot we can do. First of all, we need to utilize our Ghana card as a single point of truth. You see, most of these SIM cards, just get on the streets, Fanofa Street. Just say you want a SIM card. The first question is that, do you want a pre-registered one or you bring your own Ghana card to register? And you see, immediately, and again, listen to convenience speaking. Do you want to register it on your own or you want an already registered one? We need to go back and register every SIM card correctly. I have been asked these questions a couple of times. Are you saying that our SIM cards have not been registered properly? The answer is no, and I won't shy from it. Everybody who does what we do knows that we go and see SIM cards that have been registered, Kofi 1, 2, 3, 4, when you are trying to trace funds. Now, if we use our Ghana card to validate every single transaction, then we can tie it to a specific person and say it is this person who received the money. But we need to start from our SIM card registration. Now, back to your question on tracking. The past 2 days, I have been working on tracing somebody who has gotten missing. I received a call that the guy was dumped at the cemetery and he can't recollect where he came from. 48 hours. What we need to do, first we report to the police. And again, I know my friends will not be happy with me, but I keep on saying that working with them, I noticed that it is not under-resourced. They are below under-resourced. Is it the investigator who is going to use his money to go to court and file a court order? Whose money is going to be used for that? And then our data privacy laws favors the scammers more than us, the investigators. Because, Kojo, you want somebody's wallet, whether he's a criminal or not, there's no provision saying that because the person has stolen money, ransom should be given his. You need to go through the court system. Go and move a court order, serve a telco, and the telco will take days to give you the CDR before you get to know where this person did this from. And so speed is of essence. The guy knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that immediately the guy puts in the money, I need to withdraw it. And within 10 minutes, if you are not able to report and actually get to a telco or a bank for money to be halted, after 10 minutes you are likely to lose the money.
Where you go?
So Kojo, we can tracing and tracking is not within 10 minutes. If you don't do it, you lose the money. Where you go? You understand? Because at the end of the day, the guy, before you, whilst they are talking to you, I was telling you about the organogram. The accountant is waiting to withdraw the money. The guy will withdraw the money. Immediately the money hit, pam. He is somewhere withdrawing the money. Okita, kutukuo no nam, oyi isko, yi wadome, wako kaswa, ubisu yi watesano.
Yeah.
So if you want to now cry over it and think about it before you call your bank or call the telcos, the money would have left long time ago.
We'll go for a break. When we come back, how do the people find out the things we want to do and the things we need? Because in my case, I was discussing with my mother in the evening that we needed to connect electricity to a new house, right? And then she said, okay, she'll be very happy to have that. By 6:30 a.m., somebody had called me that he was calling from the electricity office and that they know we want connection and they know I need to be in Accra, so they want to fast track everything. And
then this one is witchcraft.
Yes. and then I called my mother and he said, oh, me application biao, I've not applied. Then 2 minutes later, another person calls that he's the engineer and he's been dispatched to come and assess the area. And then 2 minutes later, another person calls that he's the secretary, so he wants the engineer to come with the forms. So I should pay for the application form on. So everything sounded too good. I just paid for the thing. So when we come back, tell us how they use the witchcraft to do that. And then we also answer calls on the show. But let me remind you that Greater Works is happening next week, Monday 3rd August to Friday 7th of August at the ICGC Christ Temple. There will be buses available at strategic locations across the city. So plan your week well next week because Greater Works is happening. Morning sessions Tuesday to Friday 9 a.m. Evening sessions Monday to Friday 5 p.m. each night at the ICGC Christ Temple. And if you are planning for your future, begin your planning with proper decisions today. Save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creations. Now with EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment options, the potential for higher returns than ordinary savings, and financial security for retirement and future goals. Call them 0302-610-400 and WhatsApp 0509-268-414. Your financial independence is possible with EDC. Sign up today. We'll be right back.
So if they start that 26 with Kukunte, that means you change it the next 26 December. So whatever. And if I'm saying banco, it's not the banco that you and I eat today. It's the banco that we go to the farm, we are put cassava, we process it ourselves. Instantly we cook it without corn flour or corn dough. Just raw like that. Because we do the fishing, for the fishing aspect, because we do the fishing, that one is okay, but it's only with pepper. It's only with pepper, and that's how we go through, and it's not easy.
The fishing expeditions could last as long as 48 hours, depending on where the fish moved. There was no timetable. The lake decided how long they stayed. Godwin's chance to escape came from an unexpected source, the boatmaster's son.
One day, because of the trust that the boatmaster's son have in me, you are not allowed to use phone or anything that you use to communicate to anyone. So he sent me with his phone that let me get him a credit from the next town, the next island, that we have a walking distance. So I used that opportunity. I called back home the auntie that I was staying with at Benvebe at BJC. I called her and then I told her to take pen and paper. This is not the time for how are you doing? No, she should just take pen and paper, and then whatever I'll tell her at that particular moment, she should write everything down. That's the only thing that they can use to rescue me. Apart from that one, they should forget about me coming back home. So I give her the information, the location, how you move from one place to another place before you get there. And you getting there, you don't have to come alone as a parent that I'm coming to take my son, my daughter, or my cousin or something. You need to come with security men for your life's sake, because if you come there alone, a lot can happen. So I narrated everything to her, and then she said, okay, and I told her that I will not call her back again. I will not get a chance to call her back again. So in case she don't hear from me and they are looking for me, they should use all this to get me.
The rescue came on an ordinary day, while Godwin and the other children were mending a torn fishing net.
Then one day, our fishing net got spoiled, and we need to amend it before the next fishing. We done that, we amend, we do everything. We are on the last one. We even finished and about to set off. That's where the police, the Ghana Police Service, and then the staff from IGM, they came to the island with my photo of mine.
The woman who had brought him there and the boatmaster who had held him for 3 years were arrested that same day.
The part that got me very happy is that the woman came, the woman that sent me there, she came. She's there at that particular moment. So they just pick her up with the boatmaster.
But for Godwin, being rescued himself was not enough. He refused to leave without the other children still scattered across the lake.
The fishermen there, they want the little ones rather to do the work for them. Not because of they can do it better or they have the strength to do it, but they prefer you being 5-6 years. When you get there, you spend 2-3 years there, then you've forgotten where you are coming from, you've forgotten your parents. So you start calling your boat master and stuff daddy, mama, which means for you, that's the end of it.
Using his knowledge of the islands, Godwin helped lead the team back out, this time to bring every last child home.
So we went back, we got to the island, and we need to run to the bushes, the underbeds, and then bring all of them together. That was how come we are able to rescue all the 24 back to Ketekrachi, and that's how the rescue went.
It is precisely this kind of operation, delicate, dangerous, and dependent on split-second decisions, that defines rescue work on the lake, according to Superintendent Ayariga.
Maybe fear. Sometimes the perpetrator puts so much fear in the victim that they think that appearing to testify against them, their life may be in danger. However, we keep on assuring them that police, if their life is in danger, police will give them all the needed protection. So there's nothing to fear. We'll be able to protect them so that they are not being harmed, or there's no any kind of revenge or retaliation from any suspect for that matter against them. But sometimes one or two victims may be so scared that...
Show on Joy, and today, scam alert. We're learning how it's done, how the scammers target us, how they are able to entice us using certain impulses like convenience and fear of loss, urgency, discounts, all the things that you like to hear, all the things that you want as a customer. They package it, settings you, and take your money. And it's happened over and over again to so many Ghanaians. I have no doubt you are one of them. If you want to share your story, please do so. Use the hashtag JoySMS when you post on X, or send through WhatsApp to 055 1111 997. We'll be opening up phone lines in a moment so that you can ask our guest, Ransford Nanado, all the questions you have about how to stay safe from scammers. But before the break, Kojo asked a very important question. Ransford, at this point, Kojo, maybe you'll repeat your question so that Ransford can...
How do the people find what we want to buy, how we want to buy, what plans? Like in the case with my mom, it was just the two of us in the house, no other people. But the following morning, somebody just calls me. Are people listening into our calls even?
So, Kojo, before I started, I told you that it has become worse when we move from computer internet and AI has taken it to a different level. When you chat with somebody and say, I want to buy new shoes, social media begins to throw shoe advert at you.
True.
So what it means is that there's some data being picked on your conversations and your chats. And this data is actually sold, and the scammers are not banned from buying it. They invest, they buy tools, they recruit people. And I was telling a group of students of mine last month that in Lagos that until we begin to respect scammers, we can never beat them. Because we keep on thinking that they attend conferences, they are buying tools, they are doing research.
Conferences?
Yes. And they buy solutions that will give them an upper hand. Because everything that we are talking about, you remember when these things started? Sister New landing, and they will get some funny voice.
Yeah.
Have you heard that anymore? Oh, yeah. The guys have grown up there. The guys who are on the street who have degree in English and they can even speak different languages have been recruited into their camp. And today they will speak very good English and let you know that these are guys who are actually in charge and managers of places. And when they ask you to part with money, Kojo, you don't think twice.
So baby and Yangopo Ebon and PC and Honor Bonsamo to So like they are matching us boot for boot.
Yes. We arrested a guy at Asimfosu about 3 years ago. Immediately he was arrested by the police. I got out of my car and he mentioned my name. And I asked him, do you know? He said, yes, I watch you on TV a lot. And I asked him why. He said, I learned from you. Yes. I have the videos. And I noticed that by now they are listening. But the people who should be listening to this will not listen. The scammers will listen and say that, this guy has given them the code. This guy has told them to check this. Next time we won't say it again. But the victims who should be paying attention to this conversation, they will not listen. The cost of investigating cases should not be higher than the money at stake, Kojo. If you have lost 1,000 cedis and reported, the CID who is sitting there, who is going to fund the cost of going to get a court order to retrieve the wallets that took the money, to get the CDRs from the telco? What are the timelines for the telco to respond to the CDR requests? All these things are grey. So the criminals know very well that those of us who are fighting this, we are disjointed. And they know that there are data protection policies that will not allow anybody to just give you his data and his location. So they are bold about it.
So the Ministry of Communication, Cybersecurity Authority, and the ecosystem must get back to the table to really design a new approach in fighting this.
Exactly.
I think we should take some calls.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a call, 0302 216
There are many times, many people. The last time I went to withdraw Momo, the next moment, people were calling me with all kinds of funny stuff. And I realized that because of the Momo transaction I did. Another time, I went to put money in my Momo account. I woke up in the morning, there was a withdrawal request from the same area where I did a deposit. So it is alleged that the MTN is in cahoots with most of these guys. That is why they make it difficult for you to take back your money when you have been scammed. So it is a whole system overhaul that has to be done to be able to weed out this miscreant from the system. And the mobile telephony companies would have to be made to be responsible for many of these things because they are making cheap money. Thank you.
Thank you, Kojo. And Teria is in West Hills. Teria, good morning. Teria, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kojo. Top of the morning to you. Kojo Square. I hope you guys are doing well.
We are well. We are well, sir. Thank you.
Bless God. I totally disagree with your resources. Number one, it is not about convenience, and I will address that. Number two, also, he said something which I felt so bad. Is he saying if the crime committed is lesser than the cost of investigation? Is that what he said on your show? Oh, Charlie, come on, man. Crime is crime. Whether the person stole a fruit or a tuber of yam, it's a crime. And the nature of crime is just crime. And if maybe he's coming from the police department, the CID department, then this is something we have to take up with the CID Director General. Because crime is crime. It doesn't matter the cost. And if we are dealing with digital space, I believe strongly that we have the digital space, which is the ICT department of the Ghana Police Service, which before was headed by my brother Akoto. Let's find out. There must be something. Now, it is not about convenience because this whole trick started even before Momo. The guys were using our bank accounts. Bro, let me tell you, they were using bank accounts until Momo came and it made the thing much easier. At the time when they were using our bank accounts, was it convenient? We ran a system where we employ just anybody into some sensitive position as a country. Go and check the banks. And even this thing we are talking about, this whole thing, even happens even at the banks. And let me put this out. Anytime you do withdrawal, please don't, maybe at the ATM, don't throw your chips and your receipts away. Pile them. At the end of every week or every month, do the calculation and check what your balance. Do you know what's happening at the bank? What kind of background check do we do before employing people to handle our ICT, even at the banks? The people we employ at MTN, what background checks have we done? We don't. We are go and check the foreigners in the various ICT departments of our. I'm not saying employing a foreigner is wrong, but please come on. What is the background check? So when we say it is on convenience, I totally disagree. It is we as a country, we have left that door open, and everybody is taking advantage of it. We are talking about Ghana card. How many cards in the system are we using today? We have the what is called the SNIT card. They claim they hold the best database ever in this country. We have Ghana card, we have SNIT card, we have this card, we have this. Come on, as a country, where are we going? Where is our central point of? Listen, I brought some guys from the US, right?
Teria, you should be wrapping up for me.
We arrive at.
Teria, you should be wrapping up for me so I go to other callers.
This week, we broke into our B and you could see inflows. What are we talking about? Please, it's not convenient. The country, we are going back and we are backward.
Thank you, Teria. Let me go to Nana Kweku in Kumasi. Nana Kweku, good morning.
Good morning.
What's the room to say on pay? Charlie, I miss Kumasi. Nana Kweku, you are live on the radio. They'll be out here.
Okay, back to our conversation. With this easy way of running business and convenience comes at a cost. Now, the cause is the negligence and the greediness of an individual. Because if you've not initiated any transaction, and any transaction comes onto your phone, why do you key in? And there's one principle of mine. If it sounds too good to be true, it is a lie. Because you know very well that a product is sold to you, like it's SMS, but you yourself, you know that it's not SMS. Maybe it's too cheap. And you go in for it. Suddenly, it will be a scam. And the real account, we always say, no, not catch. But with my principle, we can send a company because the thing is telling us you true to be true and in. Just as I said, BBC born before computer. Buying something, the person is telling you, do so is best for you. Take it at your doorstep. Even if you whatever network or whatever portal that you're buying from, pay on delivery. And even if you pay on delivery, you have a look at the same charge to see how authentic it is. But if you don't do that, then you're just greedy, and something is being sold at 10 cedis, and then someone is telling you, "Oh, I'll give it to you." Oh my people, no. The tips, this trick that they always say they be a quaseba, which is every day a fool will come to the market.
Thank you, Nana Kweku in Kumasi. We are back in the studio, Ransford. So you heard Kojo, Teria, Nana Kweku, and other callers. Comments.
So, I think I agree with almost all the callers, but I need to take some time to clarify the issue that Teria raised. I never mentioned that the amount of money is small, so it should not be investigated. I want to be as realistic as possible. I have done this for more than 20 years. When you go to the police station and say that I have lost 2,000 Ghana cedis, investigate. The money that was sent, the number that called you, they need to be traced. Who bears that cost? That is what I'm saying, that I have not seen the police say that, oh, we'll take all the bill. No. Sometimes even vehicle to move to the crime scene when they need to is a problem. And I'm just reiterating the reality on the ground. So, Teria, I never mentioned that the money is negligible, so it shouldn't be investigated. Crime is crime, and I agree with you on that. Now, Nana Kweku mentioned the issue of convenience coming at a cost. So, I was showing the characteristics of what the criminals thrive on. I didn't say that we shouldn't go for convenience. In this day and age, you cannot travel to Bolga to go and buy goods. You need to exercise some level of discretion. So I agree with him on that. But he mentioned something that I want listeners to look at. The scammers don't want this to be told. Scam is not a word, it's an acronym. S means when it seems too good to be true. Seems too good to be true. When the pricing of the goods that you are going to buy, 75-inch LED or latest brand television selling at 6,000 Ghana cedis, note that you are heading towards danger. See, when you are contacted out of the blue, you have not had any conversation. Kojo, you had a conversation with your mother. Mm-hmm. How did you get to know that we need meter? That should have been your first question to the guy.
Witchcraft.
You understand? When you are contacted out of the blue, that is the C. Now the A, when you are being asked for personal details. Show me where you live. Give me your ID number. Give me this. What is your child's name? That is the A. And the last one, when money is being demanded before service, note that you are heading towards danger. So that is the characteristics of what forms a scam. Now, I go back to a gentleman mentioned that we need to pay attention to the data integrity and the data, safety and security of the service providers. And that is very important because we've seen people call in and say, hey, you just bought something, it's a Ghana Post, but you need to key A, B, and C. We've sent you a certain link. How did they get to know that I have actually bought something and it is coming through Ghana Post? If it is only Ghana Post that has that record, if it's only ECG that has it, if it's only the telco, it's only the bank that has it, then we should exercise some level of duty to protect the data of the people who have requested for service. It's becoming too much where people say, hey, I'm going to get that service. The next time somebody on the street calls you, who is in link with the persons on the streets? And that is something that the service providers would have to come out and put clearly. If their staff are involved in this, we need to name and shame. See, one of the things that, and I've moved through the Nigerian market, one of the things that the Nigerians started doing aggressively is to publicly show the faces of people who have been arrested, who have been prosecuted, so they tell their modus operandi for people to learn. Maybe we need to adopt this here. Somebody has been convicted. He's raised his hand here. Your evidence, everything is clear. The human rights people will come and say that, no, even the criminal has rights. But as a society, how does the right of one person who has swindled a lot more people be protected at the expense of all of us? People who have been convicted, people who have gone through the criminal prosecution, we need to make it public. The journalist should ask him questions. So, who was helping you from this company? Where were you keeping the money? What did you use the money for? So that the listeners and the general public can also learn from that. Now, Kwame was talking about one Kwame Sapon who came to, even if the name is Kwame Sapon, it's a different thing that you should know. But you see, usually when it's a first time, I would not agree that bring the money, bring the goods before, pay me before you deliver, or send me the money before I deliver the goods. I don't think that you meet somebody online, and believe me, don't pay attention to those things that, it's a brand I know, it's a shop I know. Websites are being cloned. The fake ones are also there. The phone numbers you are calling to order food can be for a fraudster. So, see, there was a man who was going to a restaurant, I'm running late, let me call them and place my order. He placed an order for 5 people. What will you do? When we got there, they said nobody has called yet. The number you called, we don't even know it. I went to sit at the restaurant, had to pay again. 5 people. Okay? And that day, I remember the man had to part with more than 3,000 Ghana cedis. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, the people who work in these organizations, and I like the point that the gentleman said, I will not sit here and pretend that our investigations have never pointed to insiders before. It does. There are times that people who have worked there before, they know they still have access to data, they still have friends there, and if these issues are not investigated properly, we won't get to the bottom of it. So we need to take the investigation of these cases seriously again. Now, I would also look at the issue of what should the listener do, because you can never be more careful than today. Now, when you go to the website, there are times that you notice that a genuine website for a brand that you know should have a security, if you go to, you should have HTTPS. It means that that's a secured website. That's a verified website. You can engage. The next thing is that look at the reviews and still be careful, because AI is being paid to write reviews. So they delivered promptly. They gave me what I needed. It was superb and all that. You would find somebody who said that I have been defrauded. I will stick to 1 out of the million and exercise caution, because people are paid to write reviews. Like I mentioned earlier, the scammers hire people. They don't chop the money early. One thing about them is that they are not greedy. When they get the money, they pay people of within the organized regime, and it makes getting them very difficult, including those who are writing reviews for them. So don't be swindled by, I've seen that the reviews are good. Pay attention to the review, but don't ignore the ones who say that this is a scam.
Okay.
A few of the messages we received were about ECG, and of course, Kojo, your own experience with your mom's meter. So here's a message from ECG, right? They said that usually the prospective customer starts with the Energy Commission. The Energy Commission's certified contractor by law. So the details are with the contractors already. But ECG insists that you pay only through our app. Do not pay to an individual. Over 3 years ago, we went cashless. That's ECG. We went cashless. So it doesn't matter whether my MD, this is a message from William Boateng, by the way. It doesn't matter whether my MD or an engineer calls you. Pay all transactions via the app, please. Yeah. So that's what he says, and he says there's more education about fraud going on from ECG. So let's all pay attention.
Okay, that's good, Mr. Watson. Thank you for this intervention. I'll read about two or more. I'll read about two messages, and then we'll wrap up on the conversation. This one says people are gradually losing hope in Ghana, especially the judiciary. Clearly, the system. Okay. Please, why have you left many of the contemporary churches in this scam business? Miracles, breakthrough, false prophecy, sales of religious relics. It's all happening, and some people are using that to extort money from people. This has been a good listen. Bang on about the scammers sounding very professionals. There are some members masquerading as Media Spintex branch and Papaya Spintex branch, and if you are not careful, you lose your money to them because everything they say is plausible. For the Papaya one, they will give you everything right down to the extras you want with the meal. So people should be careful. And someone here says, I was trying to order food online. I wanted to order online so I could drive and pick it up. Apparently, the number online on Google is that of a scammer. And he asked me to follow the process, and they nearly took over my Momo account.
Jesus.
I stopped following the process, ended the call in minutes. My Momo account was blocked because he tried to withdraw all the money from my account. And this conversation has been very, very, very useful. We are wrapping up. Final message. It says, mine was about a visa application. The scammers had the website acting as though they were the embassy, and I had to pay for my visa interview appointment and all those things. Wow. Anyway, Ransford, any final words before you leave us?
Kojo, yeah, so as I mentioned, as for scams, we can have this every day, and people will have stories to tell. It tells you how rampant it is. But I like the message from Engineer, a good friend of mine. You see, now we should be going to apps. The applications, businesses' applications are more secured than going online. If you want to go online and search a food joint or an eatery, or you want a service provider, go and download their app rather. You can make payment directly from their app instead of going online to go and pick numbers.
Great.
One thing is that the internet is made up of different, just like the way we have different human beings walking on the space, on the surface of this planet. We have criminals online. We have very good people there as well. But you can't be too careful. We need to take note that whenever we are online, whenever we are shopping, there are people who want to take advantage of us. So we need to be careful as well.
Great. Kojo, do you know the funny thing about my experience? When I asked them to pay me back my money, they sent me a message, please, the reversal fee is 1,500.
So that is what we call it a scavenger attack.
Right. And they gave me a number to send it to.
Send another 1,500.
Who can I say? Mojo send me a fish.
Some people pay.
Well, obviously,
some people pay.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we have a conversation with Access University coming up. We are going for a quick break. We'll be right back.
In your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Why settle for less? Study at a top 1% university worldwide right here in Ghana. Lancaster University Ghana is the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa, offering a highly accredited UK degree in business, law, computer science, politics, and more. Same global standard, same prestigious degree, right at your doorstep. Applications are open. Visit lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep.
Need a break from the city without leaving Accra? Then you should experience Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel in Nungua. It's right by the ocean, so you wake up to fresh sea breeze, enjoy complimentary breakfast, relax by the pool, and just reset. Perfect for staycations, business trips, or even events and weddings by the beach. For a limited time, stay for 2 nights and get a 3rd night free. Yes, 1 extra night free. To book your stay, call 059-672-3646 or visit bestwesternplusaccra.com. Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel. Your escape closer than you think.
From the
producers of The Gods Are Not to Blame comes another classic.
What? Amafa?
Madam Amafa!
Who asked you to shout?
Sorry, sir.
Did I ask you to shout?
But usually if I don't shout, you get angry and say, I should shout.
So must you shout so loud? Are you crazy or something?
No.
The first original African adaptation of William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice goes live as Image Bureau. April Communications and the National Theatre presents
Gallina's Pound of Flesh.
Live at the National Theatre.
Saturday 1st, Sunday 2nd, Saturday 8th and Sunday 9th August at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day.
Grab a ticket now to the most hilarious theatrical masterpiece of the year for only 200 Ghana cedis at imagebureaugh.com
or dial star 714*46#. Gallina's Pound of Flesh.
Written and directed by George Quinn.
Supported by Newplans Car Rentals, Joy FM, Hits FM, Graphic Communications Group,
Joy Prime TV, and proudly brought to you by the Ghana Tourism Authority.
It's amazing how people you've never met can ruin your mood, make your day, break your heart, or become your favorite person. One nomination, one betrayal, one kiss, one eviction, and suddenly you've picked a side. Big Brother Naija is back with the brand new season. Take the spotlight. Watch every unforgettable twist of Big Brother Naija Season 11 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 149 24/7 with as little as 58 Ghana cedis.
It's 9:33. That's the remix version of Odonyum. This is Oforiamponsa, Kiddy, and Stoneboy. Remember, the original was Kofinti, Oforiamponsa, and Baroski. The way we jammed to that song. Hey, we jammed! And today is a Friday, last day of the month, and we have a very important conversation with Ashesi University. If you know me, I have a very soft spot for Ashesi University. I've been joined by Albert Ejapon, my brother Albert, from the Faculty of Law. He's with the Law Department. He's a faculty member of the Law Department of Ashesi. And Helda Boatima Kuma is also a student, Law with Public Policy, class of 2029. They are here to talk about the law program at Ashesi. Albert, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Kojo.
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning to your listeners.
You're already wearing the black and white, Batima. Ready for the courts. Now, Albert, we all know Ashesi University, and you've introduced a law program, which is your newest program in Ghana. Now, your vision is to bring together law and public policy. What opportunity did you see in legal education, and why is it important to build this program around law, public policy, and the interdisciplinary approach to your delivery of the program?
All right. Good morning, Kojo, once again, and good morning to your listeners and viewers. So I think we started as Ashesi, we looked at the market, and we realized that lawyers are trained in one room, policy professionals are trained in another room, and then people complain when we have good laws that aren't implemented or good policies that don't become law. So we view law as policy with teeth. So we thought it important that we do the training of both policy professionals and law students together, so that you have law students who understand the thinking and rationale behind legislation. You have policy implementers who understand how good policy becomes good law. So that was the thinking behind the design of the program, and looking at the continent, not just Ghana, across the continent. That was the gap that we saw, and we saw that we can solve it. And if you know, as you say, you know a lot about Ashesi, we are focused on raising ethical and entrepreneurial leaders, and we believe that a lawyer with good intelligence but without ethics is not useful to society. So we blended all of that together and then gave birth to a law with public policy program?
There's a very popular politician, in fact, General Mosquito. He once said in 2015 that a law without enforcement is just an advice.
Exactly.
And when policy goes left and law goes right, we don't get any result.
Exactly.
So I'm really getting the essence of why you had to fuse these two things together. I was at the inaugural law week. There were a lot of key conversations that emerged, and I was very, very excited about what you are doing. So what do these conversations reveal about the future of legal education and the role universities play in preparing lawyers to lead and serve?
So I think the theme set the tone, and the theme was intentional training of the law students. And I think the guest honor, the learned Attorney General of the Republic, Honorable Dr. Dominic Ayine, said it well when he said that we need to avoid what he described as the laissez-faire training of lawyers. So he said that putting together bright minds in a room and then forcing them to read case law and expecting that they would turn out to be good lawyers simply wasn't the case and simply wasn't working. And that the legal minds are so important to our country for us to just leave it to chance. So we needed to be intentional about it. So with that in mind, our law week, its design and its implementation was intentional in mind. We had a number of events that sought to show the intentional training that we are giving our students and that they are going to put out in the real world. For example, one of the events we held was a students' symposium, and I'm reliably informed that this is the first time in this country, maybe even on this side of the continent, that you've had a fully run student symposium. So you had students, researchers, independent with faculty guidance presenting 6 papers to their colleagues, and the chair was the former retired Supreme Court judge of Pakistan, Judge Mansoor Ali. One of the papers actually that the students delivered was a policy justification on why the Brekusu Road should be fixed. So the students' argument was that if you look at this theory of common good, the philosophy of it, and you apply it to the situation in the Brekusu Kitasi stretch, for those of you who use that stretch, you know how bad the road is. There is a policy justification for it. So we are seeing that intentional training that we're giving our students already manifesting results. And this is a third-year student who's yet to graduate, already thinking about how to use her policy training and her legal training to provide resolution and results. So it's
I really need to see that paper, because
when it's finalized, we share with you.
Anything happens on the Oyarifa Ayimensa Ebri Road, it will practically cut off the eastern region from the Accra side. The only option would be to go through Kwabenya, Brekusu, Kitasi to the rest of the eastern region, or you go through Dodowa and you climb the road to what do you call it, Latte. And so that Brekusu Road is a very, very important road, and I don't know why it's taking us a little about, let's go over 10 years.
More than.
Because I remember when GCIC was launched in Ashesi, I was there. There was a MasterCard event as well, I was there. And back then, the current Minister for Foreign Affairs was a Deputy Minister of Education. And he promised that the road was going to be fixed. Post that, a new government came for 8 years. They all promised they were going to fix it. It's not been fixed. So I would really, really want to see that particular paper and share it on radio for all of us to know why it's important to fix the road. But you are preparing to launch a pre-bar program, right?
Yes, we are.
So for listeners considering law school, what should they know about the pre-bar program and how it will prepare them for their legal journey ahead in their careers?
Okay, so I think across the country, the legal education is undergoing reform. The law was passed earlier this year, and we're going through a transition to implement the law. As part of the transition, there's a directive that all accredited law faculties, including Ashesi, should run a pre-bar program. Now, this pre-bar program is for all LLB holders who haven't completed the professional school. So you take 5 courses: commercial law, company law, advocacy, I think,
and 2 others.
Yeah, interpretation and family law. Also, in preparation for the law professional training course, which would be run subsequently. Now, at Ashesi, we are offering this pre-bar program, but like all things Ashesi, we are offering it with our own twist. It's not just going to be a certificate or preparing you for exams. We are giving you practice-ready skills. As someone who practices and someone who recruits for where I work, I know the importance of having law students who come ready, not just knowing how to pass exams, but are useful in a law firm or in court or in chambers or wherever they find themselves. So our program is designed to make you useful for when you churn out or when you wear that wig. And it's also designed to also pass on some of the ethos of what Ashesi does. So there's elements of ethics and leadership inbuilt within our program. So that's what we're doing in terms of the pre-bar program at Ashesi.
Be like, I have to pick forms and come to the Ashesi Law School.
We're waiting for you.
Kojo Akoto Boateng, ESQ. Let me talk to Howda. You recently started your law program, your education at Ashesi. How has it been for you so far?
I have found it an eye-opening experience, learning that law and public policy are so interconnected, and how law informs public policy and public policy informs law, and how that has shaped like my thinking of how law impacts like the society as a whole. I also like the fact that in Ashesi, you are made conscious of a lot of things because you're in a classroom with people that are doing different courses because of the liberal arts courses that we do, leadership and FDE. And in those classes, like you hear like different perspectives that also like shape your outlook on how the world works and how what you are learning can also like be impacted by what all these other disciplines like do. I think that's so interesting. And another thing is how practical Ashesi makes something that's you in ordinary sense it would be like reading theory. It seems so abstract, so practical. With the early exposure to moot courts, the symposiums, for example, I really appreciate that kind of learning, and I feel like it's preparing me to be such a good lawyer in the future that is so well rounded.
And what has surprised you so far at Ashesi?
I think what has surprised me is how practical it is actually. Like the way they find...
You thought you were just going to bury your head in books throughout.
They find a way to make everything practical. They find a way to make you practice whatever you're being taught, and you go through like the legal reasoning not as something that you memorize, but then as something that you understand the processes at play, and then you're able to like come up with your own reasoning and understanding, and to come up with your own like practical sense so you can do something new out of it. Like you're constantly being conscientized to find a way to impact your society or your community and make a difference, like from the first day like of orientation. Yes, so I like that.
I'm looking at you and I'm seeing my senior in you because we started the journey. I've not started yet. So when I come to law school, you'll be my senior. So just keep enjoying the practical experiences so you can teach us when we come. Albert, looking ahead, what will success look like for Ashesi in about 5 years? What should we see your contribution to the legal space and to Ghana? What should we hope for?
I think in the next 5 years, we would have maybe about 3 classes of Ashesi grads in the system, and we would hope that their impact is felt not just in the private sector, but in the public sector as well. We would have a different kind of lawyer than what we have. Lawyer who has that public policy training and background as well, who is also ethically oriented and ethically sound and entrepreneurially minded as well, the Ashesi values. So that's what we see the next 5 years being at the faculty as well, or at the departments. The next 5 years, we hope to increase our numbers steadily. So have more students coming through, going through our programs, have a fixed, a clear path of what our program is, and then rolling it out and just showing the country and then the continent what Ashesi is all about when it comes to law.
For those of us who are interested in applying to Ashesi to be a part of your law program and even your other programs, where do we go to?
So I'll speak to the law program and the pre-bar in particular. So if you visit our website, www.ashesi.edu.gh, we have all the information there about the pre-bar and about the law program itself. So if you go on our websites or any of our social media platforms, you can access that information.
Ashesi.edu.gh.
Yes.
Okay.
As regards the pre-bar, we have already sent out expression of interest. So people who are interested have indicated so, and emails are going out trying to concretize.
Do you have to have completed your LLB at Ashesi before you can come to Ashesi for the pre-bar?
No. Once you have a valid law degree, you can do the pre-bar. there. There's also a webinar coming on this Thursday at 1 p.m. Again, the link will be available on our websites and social media platforms, where we'll be launching the pre-bar. So we'll discuss what the pre-bar program is going to look like, the admission requirements, timelines, etc. And for people who are concerned, I think across board, there's a standard fee that's being paid across the country for the pre-bar. So whether you're doing it at Ashesi or elsewhere, it's the same fee. So it's a good opportunity for anyone who's interested in an Ashesi education to take advantage of the opportunity and join us for the pre-bar.
Thank you so much, Albert, my future lecturer, and Hilda, my future senior at the bar. Thank you for joining us from Ashesi. I'm always excited when I talk to people from Ashesi. I know so many of my nephews and nieces we encourage to go to Ashesi, and they are doing so well. So congrats to the faculty at Ashesi and the leadership. And Hilda and your team, you are in a great place. You are going to turn out great. And I'm actually looking forward to your graduation and what you are going to do with the knowledge you acquire from Ashesi. It's 9:47. We are going for a quick break, but remember that the website is ashesi.edu.gh. Albert, Hilda, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Still on the presidency, the committee recommended that the minimum age of eligibility for election as president be reduced from 40 years, currently in the Constitution, to 30 years. The government has accepted this recommendation in principle, subject to one modification. The minimum age will be 35 years, not 30 years. And of course, the details of this will be fashioned out by the Constitutional Review Implementation Committee. The current threshold of 40 years excludes qualified citizens from seeking the highest office on the basis of an arbitrary age limit. 35 is consistent with a trend in modern democratic constitutions towards greater inclusivity of the youth, whilst ensuring that a candidate for the highest office has attained a measure of maturity and experience to handle that office. The government has accepted a recommendation to extend the term of office of the president from 4 years to 5 years, with a term of parliament extended to correspond with this. Our thinking is practical. Under the current 4-year cycle, the early months of every administration are consumed by transition matters, and the final year is largely consumed by elections. A 5-year term provides a more realistic time frame for the formulation, implementation, and assessment of government policy. In formulating the position on the final recommendations of the committee, government examined each recommendation against the relevant provisions of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana to assess the nature, scope, and implications of the proposed amendment. Each recommendation was then subjected to rigorous constitutional and legal analysis, including whether it touched on entrenched or non-entrenched provisions of the Constitution, and whether its underlying objective could be achieved through other legislative or administrative means. We also examined the recommendations in light of the work of prior constitutional reform commissions or committees, such as the report of the 2010 Constitution Review Commission, in order to ensure continuity and consistency in the reform process. As I've noted earlier, when I submitted a draft position paper to Cabinet, extensive deliberations were held and each recommendation was
I hope one day Kwame Dazi and his team on the showbiz will just compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. Say original in the head day and as a remix in the head day. Yes, and you cannot miss that show on Saturdays. Kwame Dazi and his team do they do quite a great job on show business. Don't miss it ever. Now it's time to change the narrative around autism. GT Bank is pleased to announce the 5th edition of the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative, the GT Bank Autism Workshop and Consultations. Now, the workshop will be facilitated by experienced autism specialists from Africa and beyond, including speech, behavioral, occupational therapists, ENT therapists, and specialists, dentists, child psychologists, psychiatrists, and special education experts. It's free. and you can be a part of this. It's happening at the Kofi Ohene Kunudu Auditorium on Tuesday, 4th of August to Saturday, 8th of August 2026. If you want further information, follow GT Bank on social media, GT Bank Ghana, or call them toll free on 0800 124 000. It's a very important event, so mark it on your calendar and follow the hashtag Be a Voice. If you're running a business, office, or working in the creative industry, it's time to upgrade your print game. Welcome to the future of printing with Konica Minolta. It's proudly powered by SkySat Technologies. We are talking about unmatched performance, whether you need sleek all-in-one machines, professional systems, or heavy-duty production powerhouses. SkySat has you covered. And they've opened the new VIP print center. Charlie, seeing is believing. It's at the Pegasus Place at Airport Residential. When you go there, the things you'll see. And right now, SkySat is giving you 1 entire year of free servicing on all Konica Minolta machines. That's 12 months of expert maintenance of new and existing for new and existing customers. Call them on 0501 645 182, 0501 645 182, or find them at the Pegasus Place Airport Residential. SkySat Technologies, performance that delivers every time. And the weekend is here. If you don't have any plans, let me give you a plan. Go with the family to Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel and enjoy a great weekend right by the ocean, walking on the beach, waking up to fresh sea breeze, complimentary breakfast, relaxing by the pool, just resetting. It's a great opportunity for you to be around Accra and enjoy life outside Accra, within Accra. Yes, and they are running a massive limited time offer. Book 2 nights, get a third one for free. A whole extra night on them. So call them on 059 672 3646. Visit bestwesternplusaccra.com. Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel. Your escape closer than you think. And the Electroland World Cup promo is still happening. The Achedieke Kesia raffle is also happening. Just go to the latest branch and check out what they have. Their new branch, nice one at Medina, opposite the Eco Bank at the Medina taxi rank. Go there and buy all you need from Electroland. You can visit their website, electrolandgh.com, or call them on 0503 159 739. Electroland Ghana, bringing the stadium home. Now, MTN has brought the prices down and the speeds up on MTN Fiber for Home, and your whole household is about to feel it. This weekend, just give it a shot, and you'll never regret doing it. You will keep renewing because MTN Fiber doesn't buffer. School assignments submit on time, work calls don't drop, and you can enjoy 100 megabits per second for 299 Ghana cedis, 300 megabits per second for 444 Ghana cedis, and 500 megabits per second for 999 Ghana cedis, all per month. Pick what fits your home. No data caps, no slowdowns. Just fiber bills for real life. MTN Fiber for Home, your speed, your home, your choice. Only on MTN everywhere you go. And the school reopening for those who just completed BEC, they'll be going to the senior high school very soon. You are getting 15% discount on all school items from Kingdom Books. Okay, and this is not just for those going to senior high schools, it's for all school levels. They have 15% discount for you from the 1st of August to September 30. You can shop in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, and Cape Coast, and you can call them on 0302764101 and visit kingdomstoreonline.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply. Charlie, Kojo, Yankson, weekend in the Wabao.
Hey, it has brought itself.
But this weekend there, I am decreeing and commanding and enforcing and declaring and what? Give me one more
prophesying.
Word. Prophesying and instructing all of us to go to the National Theatre for Guyanese Pound.
Oh, that one is easy.
Yes, we are all going to the National Theatre for Guyanese Pound.
Pound of flesh.
You know what Ambule and Co in the West say? Almost say Sanso Bia.
Oh yeah.
Say Uncle Bia. Yeah. We are going to the National Theatre for Guyanese Pound, and it's a thrilling production, Africa's first original adaptation of Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice, and it's happening this August. So this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and next week, Saturday, Sunday, experience George Quay's hilarious and thought-provoking production at the National Theatre, and tickets are going for only 200 Ghana cedis, And you can buy the tickets at imagebureaugh.com, or you dial *71446#. You can call 055-131-3134. Don't miss this unforgettable experience. We are all going to be there.
Yeah.
We are going to take our pound from Guyana.
If you are married, if you're a guy, if you're a man, you're married or you're in a relationship, and you have been accused of being boring. Charlie, this is a cure.
Yes.
Something new, something out of the box to do with Madame.
Yes.
Take her to
give her a pound of excitement.
Yeah. Guyana's pound of flesh.
Yes.
Go and pound, and then after that, pound some flesh. Anyway.
Our time is up. We are leaving. DJ Betty is taking over. Thank you for a great week, Kojo.
It's been emotional. We're back on Monday with more. Until then, stay safe, be good.